Alright everyone, today I'm going to be beating Pokemon Crystal with only a Flareon. After all, look at how red this thing is. In terms of tier list placement, people are thinking, 59% of you are thinking that it is going to be under an hour and 30 minutes, which would get it a time in the high C tier or B, A, or S above that. I am hoping that it's going to do that well, but we can only find out in one way, so this is Octillery only. In Pokemon Crystal, let's do it. For base stats, it has 75 in its HP, defense, and special defense, and 105 in its attack and special attack. The only downside here is that we have 45 speed, which is really not that good. Now, before we really get into things, you will notice some changes on my overlay and in my software for this run. I'll try and point them out as we go, because I'm really excited about all of them. Anyways, things are going to be a little bit different. Just a little bit. I think the only fair nickname for this thing today, and I did think about this, like I'm getting better at streaming. I thought about this before. I think it's Octazooka. I think that's the Octazooka. Because that's the name of its signature move, which is just awesome. We learned it at level 25. I can't wait to get there. I am going to teach it, but I don't think it's going to be that useful. After all, we get Surf pretty soon after. For this playthrough, I'm using second playthrough settings because I have done one of these runs before on my channel. Check it out. There's a video. It's about a year old, or about 2 years old now. It was released on March 25th, 2022. I'm thinking, yeah. I'm thinking it deserves its redo. Also, I was Remoraid for that playthrough. We can see how this impacts my DVs in the bottom left, but it's gone away right now. That's so sad, right? We can't see my DVs anymore. Well, that is where I will have you know things are changing. So check this out. If I go here, whoops, here. Now we can see my DVs again. So I have control of these things now. I added the DVs for the very last stream I did, and now I have given myself manual control of it. So I'll take away the DVs. I'll show you stat experience instead. When I knock out the Chikorita, yeah, it's Chikorita. When I knock out the Chikorita, you'll see that its base stats were added to each one of my stats as stat experience. So that's how stat experience accumulates throughout these runs. Whenever you defeat a Pokemon, its base stats are added to your stat experience. We can also go back to base stats if we really want to, but I don't want to. Okay, Octillery is not a single stage Pokemon. It starts as Remoraid, which makes absolutely no sense in my mind. Very weird. I guess it's as weird as like a crocodile evolving into an alligator, but it still feels very weird to me. Did return always dynamically update on the move pool? Yeah, for I think over a year now, it has been updating dynamically on the move pool. But I also have returns base power now in the bottom left, so you can always quickly check no matter what screen we are in. You'll be able to check what my current returns power is. That's the base power as well. I have spelled that out very specifically. I wanted to make the term a little bit less long. That box doesn't have a ton of space. But if I just said returns power, then you'd be like, is it effective power or not? I'd get a question about it, so I decided to be very explicit about exactly what I mean down there. You can also see that I've included friendship now. You can see exactly what my friendship value is and when it goes up, when it doesn't go up, that sort of thing. Of course, since I'm playing with second playthrough settings, I will be allowed to use Hidden Power, which I have selected Electric type for today. Now, Hidden Power Electric is not really one that I use particularly often because of its impact on my DVs. So we can see here, because I am Hidden Power Electric, that my HP DV is 7 out of 15. So I have lost more than half of my HP DV, which is pretty unfortunate. And I lost 1 point in my attack. The reason is it calculates your HP DV based on your other 4. The special attack and special defense utilize the same DV. I might display that at some point as unified on the overlay, but for now I'm just going to leave it separate. I don't want to backtrack to the center. I'll just do all this stuff here, and then we'll save and do the battle. Okay, here we go. Faulkner. I think I should just 2-shot and then 3-shot, and I should be fine because I have a berry. Oh, I'm going to 4-shot the Pidgeotto. Well, it's still fine. I was pretty sure I didn't need to do Sprout Tower. Would have just wasted time. Yeah, if I die by 1 to 12 HP. Yeah, we'll know why, exactly. Do you play with the keyboard or controller? I play with the controller. Keyboard really messes with my hands. I got really bad RSI when I was doing music. Repeated strain injury. Like carpal tunnel kind of thing. I got really bad RSI in both my hands. And couldn't play StarCraft, I couldn't play music really. It was just painful to do everything. I get like nerve tingles, and whenever I play with a keyboard, I play like maybe 30 minutes of a run, and then all the RSI symptoms start to come back over that day and then the next day. So I essentially cannot play with the keyboard. I have to use a controller. Yeah, using the fact that you have to be a male Pokemon, it would definitely make Whitney easier if you could play as a female Pokemon, because Whitney's attract would be less scary. I'm actually going to fight the guy who has Wooper, because he's part ground, so I'll be able to knock it out in only 2 hits. This is a great ball right there. I'm picking it up now because I'm trying to catch Psyduck. I used to not get it. Yeah, being a female Pokemon, you can utilize Attract against Red. In general, I think female Pokemon will be the better Pokemon to have for... Well, we've basically... Exceptional and I talked about it the other day on stream, but in Generation 3, female Pokemon are pretty much always preferable. And in Generation 2, it's pretty much always male. I'm not sure about Generation 4 yet. Don't have enough experience, but it's likely going to be the case that one gender is superior over the other in each game. Keyboard is rough for me too, yeah. Again, like these runs, I'm really competing against myself in them. I don't view myself as competing against other people. I am constantly trying to improve my abilities and ask questions and learn from others, but I am definitely not competing against them, so I don't want my setup to be viewed as like a way in which I am cheating. I'm just using the setup that works best for me, personally. Like, Water Gun is better than Constrict, even though Constrict is neutral, and Water Gun is 3 times as good. Constrict is so bad. Also, we have a Repel counter now, as you can see. I didn't know this, but in Generation 1, when you change directions, it takes 2 steps. Anyone else know that? It's pretty weird. There, we'll teach it everything. Swift, Mud Slap, Gligar Sad. We got Water Gun. We're going to be fine. Also, I do want to note that at level 22, Octillery gets all the beams. Psybeam, Aurora Beam, and Bubble Beam. I guess it's not all the beams because there's Ice Beam and stuff like that, and Hyper Beam, but it gets a bunch of the beams all at once. So, level 22 is going to be great. As I've said before, the bonk counter is currently, we can't use it yet because there is a programming error for Generation 2. Whenever I reset, it resets all of the bonk and step metrics that I have that I'm collecting, and so we need to figure out why they're just getting reset to 0. Once that's done, I'll have to make another patch, and then when the patch is made, I will recreate the bonk counter and style it, and then we will have it back. But for the time being, it's not possible. I did try to fast track that today, so hopefully by the next Johto stream, we will have it back. Octillery always looks like Water Fire. This would be a great Water Fire Pokemon. honestly, it would be a great water fire Pokemon. Now, I do want to, I'm a little bit proud. I'm very happy with how my new type icons came out. So if you look in the kind of middle left, you will see that the water icon that I am using is a new one. I make all of those graphics myself. In this case, it's an Affinity, called Affinity Designer. It's essentially a paid version of like Photoshop where you don't have to have a subscription. I highly recommend it to people who are starting out getting into creation and want to pay for software rather than have software that is subscription model. Anyways, I make all these icons in there, and I restyled them to go with the new Bulbapedia colors. And you will notice that on the right-hand side of the screen, my move pool is displaying the new Bulbapedia colors. I'm sure I'm going to get some whinging about this, because when I first saw the Bulbapedia colors, I was like, oh no, these are awful, I hate them all. But now that I've taken some time, let them sink in, I actually don't think they're that bad. Some of them I like more, and now that I've come back and restyled my icons with them, I actually think that a lot of my icons, the vast majority of them at least, look better with the new colors. And there was someone who commented very, very recently on one of my videos saying that I got the type colors wrong, and he didn't want to be pedantic about it. And it's like, no. I got them right. They're just the new ones. So, yeah. Why did you heal after the free heal? Because I'm bad, that's why. Because I always forget that there's a free heal. And I'm talking. So I healed. It's really hard to play and talk. At least for me. There's my full heal. Okay. Bugsy, this should be fine. I think. Right? Water gun. Two-shot the Metapod. I hope we one-shot the Kakuna. No, two-shot it as well. Okay. Alright, we're fine. Crit. Easy. Were you tired after the stream the other day? I was really tired after the stream the other day. I did not expect it to be that long. Oh, by the way, we're gonna do, Exceptional and I are gonna do Venusaur next week on Tuesday. So we will be back to do Venusaur. Who knows, maybe if you convince us, we'll do like Raichu or something as well to round out all the starter Pokemon. Alright, Bayleaf. I'm gonna Mud Slap it once. I feel like Swift is gonna... Okay, never mind. Octillery has great attack, so... Just going for Swift there is going to be the faster play. Yeah, Swift has a guaranteed 3-hit on it. And like a 5% chance to 2-hit. I'm not going to repel because I want to find HM users here. Okay, that's the HM user I want. Constrict is actually kind of useful for catching these HM users. This is why I require my Pokemon to actually catch the HM user and I don't just like give myself Master Balls to eliminate RNG. Because sometimes the Pokemon is better at catching with a move, like a sleep move or a very weak move like Constrict. So yeah, Constrict OP, I know, right? We could have even lowered speed, but we didn't get that lucky. We get Headbutt. No, we don't. I'll just get the Super Potion, then move on. I'm gonna fight some people here. I just want to fight a few more trainers so that I can get my upgraded new 3 moves before... Oh. Well. That was an undesirable interaction, but okay. Yes. We'll just go this way and fight people. Yeah, the Affinity Suite goes on sale quite a bit, so don't get pressured into buying it. But I would highly recommend it if you don't want to give Adobe your money, and I would never recommend for you to give Adobe your money. I might use their software for all of my own production, but it's really expensive. I do this professionally. This is my job. So because it's my job, I can afford to spend like $1,000 on their software every year. But for most people, I just don't think that that's worth it. You should just buy the Affinity Suite if you have money lying around and you want to invest in good software. I do think it's good software. But if you don't have money lying around, there are also free options. They just don't integrate together quite as well. But they're available, so yeah. Don't get it's called gear acquisition syndrome. Whenever you start something, you start doing something new, there's this feeling that like, well, my videos will be better when I get like a good camera, or my videos will be better when I get a good microphone and I stop using my phone. My videos will be better when my software improves. It's like, none of that is true. Your videos will be better when you make better videos. Making better videos does not come down to the gear you have. It comes down to the effort you put in and like how funny the jokes are you tell, or the quality of your script, a bunch of other things. So as a tech reviewer, I'm so guilty of gas too, just because like I really like getting new tech. Like tech is one of my passions. I have considered making a second channel that would just be a fun tech review channel when I buy stuff that I shouldn't be buying. Maybe I'll do that at some point in the future. Okay, so Psybeam over Constrict, Aurora Beam over Mud Slap, and Bubble Beam over Water Gun, giving me Bubble Beam, Psybeam, Swift, and Aurora Beam. Honestly, a decent set at this moment. I kept Swift for things like this Slowpoke. Mud Slap, I could probably just not teach it to Octillery, to be totally honest. I had it for the Bayleaf just in case I needed to get lucky, but it's dealing more than enough damage. I'm going to buy an Abra. This is so I can use Teleport to navigate the map more quickly. Quicker? Quicker? More quickly? Quicker. Think quicker. Get Kenya so I can fly later on. We wouldn't get a face reveal, but a hand reveal. Yeah, I think my hand has been in the video before. I think I did a HelloFresh ad where I showed myself cooking in the kitchen. We should get the Quick Claw. Octillery is disastrously slow, which is definitely, I'd say, its biggest downside as a Pokemon. My feet were in a video too. Yeah, that's true. All right, so we gotta get Psyduck now. Or we don't actually have to get it. We can get Krabby and then we can get Dratini. But I'm still undecided which one's better. Well, we get the Great Ball. Oh, it broke out. So sad. If I fail here, I'll just get the Krabby and then the Dratini. Okay, well, we didn't fail. We're good. By the way, Psyduck can learn Dig if you really want to teach it Dig. I personally don't think that Dig is a better choice. Oh, darn. I don't think that Dig is a better choice because you can buy escape ropes and then not have to walk over and then spend the teaching time to get it onto your set. But I can also see like just not wanting to deal with that and not wanting to have to like accidentally run out of escape ropes, that sort of thing. How do I get that on screen? Like that? No. Pulled up base stats by accident. I want to fight this person. Must be this one. Yeah, I got it. Okay, check this out. When the battle ends, check out this magic. New magic. Oh my, what is that? That's my inventory. Also a thing that I made this morning. I got Solar Beam with Metronome, but of course it doesn't matter. I just Bubble Beam twice, I think, and the Miltank will go down. Easy. And now the inventory's gone. What happened? Oh my gosh. Scott is a sorcerer. I'll bring it back. It's hard for me to press buttons while I'm actually maneuvering the overworld and stuff like that, but it is set up so that that's possible. Yeah, there's the inventory. And the inventory will display, it's only overwritten at this point by the battle information, like the trainer. So you can see there, the inventory goes away. And then if I choose to remove it, it defaults back to the move pool. Oh. What the? What just happened? Did I not talk? Oh my gosh. I didn't give the quick claw now. Oh, I didn't do the Whitney thing. I'm so focused on the inventory, and then I forgot to go back and talk to Whitney to get the badge. That's never happened before. I never walked up there and then saw Floria by the tree again. I was like, wait, what? It's okay. I'm intending on doing 2 playthroughs today, so this first one is the warm-up playthrough to get a sense for how the run's going to work. What? Oh, it's so weird. It's so weird. Floria's not there when you do it that way. Interesting. Learned a thing. I'm just gonna knock this out. It's gonna be a 1-hit. We actually might not. We're gonna learn Octazooka for like 1 battle before I get Surf. It's gonna be so sad. There was a time though when I was considering teaching Octillery Octazooka and keeping it for red just for the accuracy lowering. It's like 50% or something to lower accuracy. It's absurd. Scott's thoughts logic. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll do another 8 playthroughs anyways. Exactly. That's how we do things here. So we'll get the magnet from Sunny. He's here on Sundays. Then we'll teleport back to Ecruteak City. Then we'll get the hyper potion. Then we're gonna go and grab hidden power. Probably get a repel. That's why I made the repel counter, so I don't mess that up. I don't think this ether is gonna be needed. I'll just show it off right now because it's cool. I'm gonna fight this guy so I get Octazooka. Should I even teach it? Bubble Beam has better. No, we're gonna teach it. We want style points. Here we go, Octazooka. Look at that, cool. The unfortunate part about Octazooka is it doesn't have good accuracy, which is why I just debated not teaching it. Because without the accuracy, it's not really a particularly good move to hold on to. Guy's got a Nidoking. Just vaporize it for some experience. Yeah, it's quite warm up here right now. True. There is a full restore over here. Yeah, like Octazooka, this is the thing I think. I think that the generic moves should be worse than all of the signature moves. So that when you get a Pokemon, you feel like Surf should be like base, let's say 80 power. And then Octazooka is base 95. And then you're like, oh, I should use Octillery because it comes with a more powerful, interesting move. Not because, like, that seems better. Like, Bone Meringue should be better than Earthquake. It should be, like, 55 base power per hit. So it's 110 base power. That's how I feel about things. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to put this in the place of Swift, because Electric is better coverage. It helps us deal with water Pokemon, which I would have to hit neutrally with Psybeam otherwise. And I would prefer to hit them for super effective damage just for speed. Yeah, Octazooka does lower accuracy in this generation. That's why I considered it against Red. This will probably... Yeah, see, accuracy dropped there on the Espeon. I don't actually... honestly, I have to admit, I don't really know what Octolock is. I don't play a lot of modern Pokemon, so I don't have... Like, spent all my time making overlays and playing this game. So I don't spend a lot of time playing modern Pokemon games, and because of that, it's... yeah, I don't have, like, great insights into how the new games work. Okay, please don't miss. Okay. Oh, gosh. That was battle accuracies, but I was okay. Okay, so goodbye Octazooka. Sorry, we have to teach Surf. It's just better. At least we used it a little bit in the stream. I at least feel a tiny bit okay. Octolock is like a... Is it either an ability or... Is it like the... It's like the new Octopus Pokemon that has it, I think. From Gen 8. Right, this. So Surf is more powerful than a... like a neutral Surf is more powerful than a super effective Hidden Power Ice. Or Hidden Power Electric, sorry. Surf's very good. And Surf is only going to continue to get better, because we will get a boost to our special attack, and we will get a item for it, and we will get... And then we will get a 12.5% boost from Misty's badge. Ha! Beam me up Scotty race. Yeah, this is the beam me up race, I guess. We don't need that. We already finished all of our HM users. It's so easy. Psyduck takes care of a lot. I don't have to remember to get the, Oh. Noctowl wouldn't have fainted to Hidden Power Electric either. It's pretty beefy as a Pokemon. Yeah, Ice Beam by level up is great. That's not a standard Gen 2 thing. Most Gen 2 Pokemon get trash moves by level up. Like, I honestly, when I first looked at the set, I was like, Aurora Beam? I'm like, wow, that's really good. That's a great level up move. And then you look down lower and you're like, oh, it gets Ice Beam too. Thanks, Game Freak. Oh, oh, oh. Tyler, what was your other comment? I didn't see what it was. There we go. I just asked because now we're at Dennis. How many Pokemon Yellow do we have left out of 151? I'm actually not keeping track of how many we have left. I don't have like a number somewhere that tells me that information. You would think that I would, but I don't. I know that in the tier list, there's just over 90 ranked. We're going to hit 100 within the first half of this year. But we'll probably then have a rapid expansion to like 120. Maybe 125 by the end of the year. Oh, I went one step with an escape rope by accident. The Yellow series will be complete next year, no matter what. There's no way that it goes into 2026. Okay. It poisoned us. Terrifying. Okay. Dennis was never mentioned in Yellow. Dennis is not in Yellow version. Dennis is in Crystal. I'm going out this way because I used a escape rope by accident. I'm going to heal because the poison's annoying. And opening the inventory is going to take a decent amount of time anyways. Yeah. Repel step counter. It's new. This week, I think the first time I had one was the exceptional stream on Tuesday. That was in Fire Red. But now all the games have the repel step counter. Bunch of new features today. Okay. One thing I do want to fix is that the repel step counter, it kind of floats down a little bit because it's making space for the held item if there is no held item there. because this year I made the held item fade in and out. Before all that stuff was just statically positioned, it would always be in the same place. See, now it makes sense. So I just need to have it move depending on if there is a held item or not. Okay, here we go. So Surf is actually better than Psybeam in this case. Crushed. Easy. That was incredibly simple. Get strength. Then head out to sea. Now I can see if I have a repel and then not accidentally use one, which is try to use one when I don't need it. There's so many small mistakes that I will prevent. I don't want to fight anyone. I just want to go directly to Chuck and fight him. This is the kind of thing when you try to make a video that you're like, wait, what do I say? I went right from that gym to the next gym, fought 3 trainers, and then fought Chuck. Luckily, Chuck's gym has the tag team trainers, and these guys can be kind of annoying. Octa surprisingly has huge move diversity. It does. This thing, I actually think this thing would be kind of busted in this. Okay, well, this is why you save before this fight always. Because then he can paralyze you with Thunder Punch. And if he paralyzes you with Thunder Punch, everything can go wrong. Oh, also, the power of Thunder Punch currently is bumping into the move name. So I will have to fix that on the right-hand side of the screen. It's really hard to get the text size right over there. This is called The Adventure Continues. Okay. Destroy the black belt. So simple. Chuck. I didn't get another mint berry. I don't think I need one. I'm going to give the magnet for this fight for a little bit more oomph against the... what's it called? Polyrath. But it's probably just gonna like mind read or miss hypnosis. Oh, also dynamic punch is having power bumping into other things. Surf the Primeape, 1 hit. And then it just misses hypnosis. Easy. Miram Medusa, yes, I have considered those videos. I intend to make them at some point. They like keep being ones that I want to make right away, and then for whatever reason I just like push them off and do something else instead. I thought about, yeah, we'll see. I'll get to them when I get to them. I don't want to make any promises right now. So we're gonna get the Mystic Water. I was trying to get through there without a repel because it's like 5 steps, but apparently I should have just repelled. So now that we have the Mystic Water, obviously, let's give this. Increase the damage of Surf as much as possible in Violet City. I'm actually going to use my repel now. I'm going to pick up the rare... No! I'm going to pick up the rare candy. And then back to the Lake of Rage to do rocket stuff. And I have hidden power electric, so I don't need to worry about the dragon, the Gyarados. You cannot run from this Gyarados. You can only use a Pokédoll, knock it out, or catch it. Those are your 3 options. Also, nice. Oh my gosh. Wow. If only my speed was 10 points higher. Don't heal here. Always just go directly into the hideout and then fight the trainers, because there are 3 trainers here that are all quite weak. You can usually dispatch them quite quickly. Once you do that, then Lance will heal you. Oh yeah, you can also lose to the Gyarados. That is true. That's like the one thing you do have to be careful there sometimes, especially with weak first stage Pokemon, because the Gyarados knows Dragon Rage, which is fixed damage. So even if you resist, you like think you resist it, it can be scary. So I prefer to just always save. I kept surf for these. No. The Gyarados is ridiculous in a Nuzlocke. Oh, I didn't think about that. Can't you just Pokédoll in that case, though? So grateful you keep help, or you, oh my gosh. So grateful you help keep Gen 2 runs alive, bro. Yeah, of course. I love Gen 2. It's a great game. Also, this is the other type of vitamin display that we can get. So there is the calciums and everything that you can see how many vitamins I can use on each one of my stats currently. But we can also see how this would translate to stat experience. Well, I didn't consider that I might try to put those two things on at the exact same time, apparently. And it looks very bad if I try to do that. There's the stat. Okay, there we go. There's stat experience with vitamins. Oh, I forgot the second password because I was talking about this thing. And I looped the stairs. That was great. Did you see that skill? Amazing. Perfect play. Oh. Go away. Base stats. Be gone. There we go. I'm trying to take it away, but it's not working for me. There we go. Okay. Well, I guess the Pokédoll is an item in battle, yeah. Doing a Nuzlocke. Probably no good. I think Squidgy was thinking of patching out the rocket password mechanic. I could see that would help. I would have like a better time in every single one of my runs. I feel like, I mean in every single one of my videos, like at least once in 2 runs, I miss one of the passwords. Yeah, I can play Crystal Legacy with my overlay. No. Gary. Self-destruct. Not do that. If I got the Master Ball before the Gyarados, it would be so simple. I would literally just catch the Gyarados and then I would have my HM user. For Waterfall. I wouldn't get Psyduck, I'd get Krabby then. It'd be really simple. But things are more complicated now that the Gyarados has a decently high catch rate. Alright, Price, bring it. He's bad. We're still gonna save, just in case. You never know, you get frozen or something. I don't think it's gonna try and use Blizzard on me though, because I'm a water type. I think it's gonna spam Fury Attack. Or like maybe missed Fury Attack, but either way, we won't have to worry about it. Don't use an electric move. Look at that. Look at how good I am. Didn't use an electric move on the Piloswine. That is wild. I have not played any Pokken. Right now, in terms of my gaming diet, I exclusively play Pokemon main series games, and you see all of the playthroughs that I do here on the channel. Or they go into helping produce the videos and they're part of the data or part of the testing. I don't really do anything outside of this. Okay, is 3 Surfs enough for Jasmine? I think it is. Let's just go. Obviously with the save, but... Yeah, waterfall. I wish waterfall was useful. It would be really cool if we could... Okay. Surf, one hit Steelix. Easy. Level 38. What are we learning? Focus energy. Definitely not. Did you ever finish Baldur's Gate 3? I did not. I had to go back to work because my time off around my wedding was over. So then I had to get back to work and I just haven't had time for it yet. Okay. We're gonna go south now. I fought Todd. We're gonna pick up the nugget and then the rare candy. And since I healed in Goldenrod, I can teleport back. You don't have to heal, you just have to go into the center, by the way. So I could have just gone in and come back out if I didn't want to heal, but I also wanted to heal. So I might as well just do it all at the same time. Get some surf PP back. I could have picked up the PP up in Violet City when I went there to get the rare candy, but I figured that would just be bloat and wasted time, so I skipped it. Are there no Tyler trainers? I'm sure there's a Tyler trainer somewhere. Maybe I'll look through the giant JavaScript object that we have and see if there are any. I bet I can find one for you. Good old Control F will tell us. I guess after this we're gonna search the document for everyone's name. Someone suggested to me once, I thought this was a fun name, a fun idea. Instead of having everyone's names at the end of the videos, instead replace trainers' names in the game with the names of the people who support the channel. I thought that was a really cute idea. I don't have the technology to do this in an efficient way though, so yeah. Maybe I have to make a tier that's like $50 a month or something, and that one can be the like, you become a trainer in the game. Okay, we gotta start using ethers, I mean. Because I have 5. Advertised to short-named people. Yeah, if your name is 4 characters or less, you can pay $2, but everyone else has to pay $50. If your name is... How many is the maximum characters? I think it's 7. If your name is 7 characters, $100 a month. By the way, I'm joking, but I do really appreciate everyone who supports the channel. Honestly, thank you so much. You let me do this and improve things to a ridiculous amount. A few years ago, I would never have believed that what we've been able to do would be possible. And that's largely because all of you have been so generous, so thank you so much. I just don't want to use all my surf PowerPoints. If I can use a different move right now, I will. But obviously for Magneton, just Magnemite Surf. Oh no, not for the Meganium though. It's okay, it just poisoned me. Kind of irrelevant. I'll use Side Beam for the Haunter, it'll be enough. I'll use the full heal. And then an ether. By the way, you're getting close to 70k. Yeah, definitely getting close to 70k. I'm not like pushing subscribers though. I don't know if anyone has noticed. I like very rarely say like, hey, you should subscribe. And if you do say that, it makes a material difference. But for a long time I struggled with this idea of like, is the video just the video where I talk about things related to the video in it, or is it like me being a YouTuber? And for so long I have just wanted it to be me, just be a video about the Pokemon and nothing else. And I've kind of leaned into that this year. Plus I have to decelerate my acquisition of subscribers so that once we reach 69k, it will stay there forever. It's very important. Fave Pokemon to solo run this year. Definitely not Electrode. I haven't done too many this year. You know what? I think this year I have really enjoyed playing Blastoise in Fire Red. The stream that I did with Exceptional was very fun. I had a great time. I also really liked those runs in Fire Red. I thought they were just like genuinely very enjoyable. I enjoyed them a lot. What else have I done this year? Roselia was not super fun. It was not like a top 10 run, I wouldn't say, but it was a good one. I was surprised I won both. I was very surprised. Do you have a favorite Pokemon design from the most recent 2 or 3 generations? I really like the Gen 6 and Gen 7 designs. Those are my favorite designs in the entire series. More so than Gen 1 and 2. Get return. I'm not going to get any vitamins. I think they're just going to waste time. Because Octillery is very good. If anything, Carbos, but we'll get those on the second playthrough. For now, I'm just going to skip them because I want to get Ice Beam or something after this. Maybe Flamethrower. Maybe both if we have enough money, but I don't think we will. Whoa! What just happened on the left-hand side of the screen? Everything broke for one moment. That was very weird. I genuinely have no idea what happened. We had like garbage data sneak through for a second. Interesting. Scott, what is something you really like about yourself? I like that I'm stubborn. I think the fact that I'm stubborn is a major advantage that I have. Just in case. Probably won't need it. I think the fact that I'm stubborn is like a big advantage that I have. Like, I don't just quit when stuff gets hard. I keep going, like, no matter what. I'm like unwilling to accept no as an answer for a lot of things. Just like, no, we're gonna make it work. Like, I don't care what adversity we're facing. Like, let's go. So I think, yeah, it's like, maybe it's tenacity. Maybe that's the right word for it. I think, like, the positive side of it is tenacity and not giving up. And I think the negative side of it is that I get extremely obsessive, especially when there's a problem and I'm unable to set it down or let it go. Like, there are times when I'll go to bed, I'll sleep 2 hours, I'll wake up thinking about like the overlay problem that I'm having, I'll get up and work on it for like 8 more hours until the morning, and then I'll do like the regular day's work. And like, that's not good. Like, I should actually just get the rest that I need, because then it impacts everyone around me, my family and my friends. Sometimes you guys, because then I can't stream because I'm too tired or something like that. I got way too many items. Apparently I should not be picking stuff up. Like, oh my gosh, well the berry's useless now. We can just actually, have you ever thought of this? Just giving stuff to your party members, like the HM users, to get it out of your bag? I've thought about that a few times. I've never talked about it during a run because up until now it has not been relevant. But I have thought about it before, like, well, if my bag gets full, I'll just like give all of my HM users a bunch of random items. And then I can keep the items for later. But generally you just like don't want to pick up as much stuff. Oh, also on the item display that we were just seeing on the right-hand side of the screen, there is currently like values assigned to all the items, which are complete garbage data, just so that I could test that all of the actual stuff, like the item name and the quantity, the slot number and the pocket, were all coming through correctly. I intend to eventually display the amount of money that all the items are worth, like the amount that the stack, each item is worth, and then the amount that the whole stack is worth, so that we can see like how much money I would have. I'll also display money and coins at the top. Does it make it less of a solo run? I don't know. Giving the HM users, like, I think you're right that it does. But they also help you get around the overworld, right? Like, you can like teleport with an Amber or something. I don't think that feels against like the spirit of a solo run. It's like you have to navigate the world. So in my mind, that doesn't feel like too much of a problem. I think this one of giving them an item is a little bit of a gray area. In the end, I'm not too worried about it, but interestingly enough, Aurora Beam does more damage here. This is kind of annoying. At least it's going for Hyper Beam and not setting up Smokescreen. I wouldn't say 90% about combat. I think it was about 50-50, honestly. Because you forget that like the way that the Pokemon is designed impacts how it has to navigate the overworld. And that's why, like, some people have, like, sarcastically said to me before that, like, I shouldn't manipulate encounters and things like that, because then it, like, why don't you just delete all the overworld and just make it battles? Like, just do whatever battles you want to do and never have any overworld stuff, and that's the run. But that's not actually how it works, because the Pokemon is choosing to navigate the overworld in a certain way, and it's making choices based on its strengths within battle. So battle is kind of dictating how you approach the overworld. And then the speed at which you can play the overworld is also dictated by your Solomon. So for instance, like a while back, I decided to skip. What did I skip? I skipped some things, and I could have done them, but I didn't. I was like, I don't need this item because Octillery is good enough. Whereas another Pokemon, I might be like, well, I want to go to that location in the overworld, pick up the item because this mon is not as good. So if we remove the overworld time, then we remove all of the differentiation that each Pokemon gets from its ability in battle and how collecting items and moving around the overworld and going through dialogue and that kind of thing impacts it. By the way, I saw Squidgy on his stream the other day do a really interesting move over here. Oh. This is why you always fight her the first time. He went into the other island and then went and got the rare candy, and it looked faster. So I'm going to experiment with that route. I have to learn the dark area without Flash from the other direction, and then I'll see if it's like less steps, and if it is, then I'll learn that route and do it instead. Because I think he's onto something. I think it is better. I kind of disagree, to be honest. I feel like having others two using HM or other two Pokemon now it should not count. Because even in a solo run, R8 HM. I'm not sure I understand. Scott, how do you find time to watch other streams? Yeah, I'm like coding and stuff, or like I'm testing an overlay, and I'm like just like literally watching a replay file play back and looking for errors on my own overlay, and then it's like I need something to just put on in the background and like listen to. And I really like to explore like what's going on in the community, because I feel like Like, the one thing I really don't want to become is I really don't want to become this, like, self-isolationist in my own thinking. I think that, like, the joy of this will fade the day that I feel like I can't look at anyone else's work. So I feel like I need to keep a pulse on what's going on to, like, stay up to date with, like, the latest strategical updates and innovations, because other people have fantastic ideas. And I want to make sure that I'm there to see those ideas so that I can also implement them myself. I'm pretty sure every time I have taken an idea from someone else, I've always mentioned who the idea was from when I'm doing a stream or something like that. Yeah, it is kind of ironic. I know that Squidgy doesn't look at other people's work. I disagree with that approach, and like each person will have their own approach. I think I really do agree with his approach where he says, like, he doesn't want to look at someone else's run before he does the run, and I do agree with that. Like, if I'm sitting down to play Electrode in yellow version, I'm not going to go and watch all the Electrode in yellow versions before my first playthrough. I'm going to wait. I'm going to do my own first playthrough with Electrode. Then I'm going to go watch everyone else's videos on it, see what other ideas there are out there, and then come back and try and do my second playthrough, utilizing my own ideas as well as other people's to hopefully give Electrode the best time, and then I'll cite my sources. That's my approach to it. There's also sometimes that I just do like watching other people's videos in the community. Like, I got into this format because I like these type of videos. So, despite what a lot of people told me at the beginning of my channel, this was not, in fact, just a press the easy button, make money. That was a comment I got a lot, which always baffled me. I was like, wait, what are you talking about? I'm so confused. It's like, do you know it takes me like 8 days of work to make one video? I think never melt ice again. Think? Maybe not. Maybe Mystic Water? Yeah. Alright, here we go. Will. I've done a Shelter playthrough. Don't worry. No! Speed! Speed is bad. Oh gosh. At least we snapped out of confusion. Oh, that Psychic did a lot. That did a lot. Oh, gosh. Okay, I want to be faster than... I think rare candies before Will is the best idea. Hidden Power Electric coming through for me. Thank you. But I'm going to get confused again. Hopefully I don't hit myself. Oh, no. It's just... Oh, yes! That Psychic gave me the win. It saw that it had the KO, then rolled bad damage. And I didn't get knocked out. So that's good. I will take it, but I think rare candies before that fight is the optimum play, just because like his Pokemon are around like 91 to 93 speed. If I use 6 rare candies, 7 rare candies, I will outspeed everything on his team. The HP DV didn't get me. It's true. Alright, this electric type's pretty scary, so we gotta be careful, but don't worry, it's an electric type, so it has lower accuracy on Toxic. Alright, Fortress, knock that out. Muck. Probably 2-hit. It has decent special defense. Surf continues to be better, so we'll just keep spamming it. Now, okay, Bruno. The Hitmons have good special defense starting in Generation 2. Which is always something. Yeah. Anyways, just back to the... I think this fight could be problematic. Well, I'll talk through this, then I'll talk a little bit more about community. Hitmontop, so it's gonna dig me once. But dig does almost nothing. Hitmontop is pretty trash. Hitmonchan is gonna Thunder Punch instead of Mach Punch, which if I had used rare candies, I would have one-shot. So, once again, rare candies, I would have one-shot that as well if I had used rare candies. It seems to be the case that rare candies before will make a lot of this simpler. And then I crit the Machamp, alright, getting lucky. And then obviously, Onix. What else would you expect? Sorry, what do you mean by white label support? I don't know what that is. Okay, Karen. Is there any reason for Psybeam? No, but like what else would I put there? I don't know what I would put there. This is the thing about Gen 2 is like it never feels like you need 4 moves. Like it's fine to just have 3 moves or something. Yeah. Whereas in like Gen 1, I would be utilizing that moveset for something actually useful and impactful to this run. But in this case, it's like, no, basically I just need Surf because I have a held item and I'm a water type. I can kind of add some coverage with Hidden Power Electric and Ice. They help in like some niche scenarios, but other than that, Psybeam's pretty much irrelevant. I could teach like Rest over it and then have like a little bit more consistent time, but I hope everyone's seeing that Octillery is not struggling. It's having no problems. I think it's going to continue. Sorry. We are going to rare candy 3 times now, up to 55. We're going to get Ice Beam. Because... But this also pushes my speed. See my speed? 99 speed. We're going to go into the Lance battle. Look at Lance's team speed stats on the right-hand side of the screen. This is why we leveled up. Because now we outspeed the final Dragonite. So the only Pokemon... Oh, no. Don't do that! The only Pokemon that's going to outspeed is the Charizard and Aerodactyl. But I think I should be fine against those. Because I get 4 Pokemon for free. Then the Aerodactyl and Charizard are both weak to my stab move. So Surf will one-hit both of them. And I'm pretty sure Charizard's not going to do enough damage even with Hyper Beam. But I also think the AI does not use Hyper Beam unless it sees a KO or it sees like a certain damage range. Or it's at low health or something like that. There's some condition. Ice Beam for Lance necessary? No. But the speed. I wanted the speed. I didn't want the last Dragonite to like outrage me or something and then it does chip damage and then both the Charizard and the, what's it called? Charizard and Aerodactyl do chip damage as well and then you lose because there's just a small accumulation of damage. But I knew I could make things more consistent by using just a couple rare candies. So I have Ice Beam now. The question is, do we get Flamethrower? I think the answer is no, honestly. As much as it is style points, and I did do it in my first Octillery video, I don't think I'm going to do it now. I think it's just a waste of time. Okay, let's talk about community. I was like really wanting to get into this during the league, but we had to talk about the actual battles at hand. So I wanted to talk about community because we were talking about that idea of watching other people's streams. And when I first started watching these videos, watching Madrybread and JRose11, of course, the 2 daddies of this genre, if you will. Grandpas, if maybe at this point. I'm like the dad now. I don't know. This commentary is going off the rails. Let's focus again. Anyways, I was watching Madrybread and JRose, and obviously having a great time, just loving it. It's so much fun. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll just like learn some video editing and put together a video like that. And yes, I do need Curse. It is disgusting, but I have to do it, I think. I'm going to try to beat Red without it, but I think I will fail. Anyways, I was having a great time watching their videos. I wanted to learn video editing, so I was like, I'll just make something similar, and that'll be a fun way for me to learn video editing. No one will watch it, but that's okay. I'm not intending for people to watch it. Now I have a career. Cool. Thanks, everyone. It's great to have you here. But while I was watching their stuff early on, I kept thinking to myself, like, what would happen if these 2 guys made a video together? Like, wouldn't that be the coolest thing in the world? And I still think that it would be the coolest thing. And I was waiting for that moment when it was like the 2 YouTubers that I was watching would like do something together and it would feel like everyone interacting in this space, like it was part of something bigger. It would feel like one of those weekend StarCraft events that I've talked about before, where the community comes together and all the people that you regularly watch separately do something together. And I was like, that would be just like really awesome. Anyways, I think like constantly finding new people within the PokeTubing community and chatting with them and helping out if I can, like if I can improve what they're doing and help them prevent, like help prevent them from making the mistakes that I have made. like I want to do that. Because I would have really valued having someone who had done this for a longer amount of time coming in and being like, hey, like, you know, if you record in this way, you're going to have like a lot of problems. Maybe try this, or have you considered this type of thumbnail or something like that? Like that sort of thing would have been really helpful. And so when I do have time, I try to help out. It was actually Exceptional said something to me that I felt was a really good way to put this, but like the idea is like, as your like size grows, you have more and more ability to help the community. And so I think that as my channel hopefully gets bigger, but if it stays this size, I still have great capacity at the current time to help the community. So that's what I want to do. Sometimes it gets frustrating, and I had like a really frustrating fall with helping the community because we were working on GameHook and like it kept breaking stuff for people whenever we would update it, and that was really discouraging because I wanted to make the offerings that we had better and try to improve things, but then at the same time I saw the pain that it was causing as we would improve things. And so I tried to let people know, and I'm not good at communicating that always, because I'll communicate very like bluntly about what the improvements are and why it's good. Just like, this is good, we're making this improvement, let's go. And then people were like frustrated because they're like, yeah, but like it already worked, like why did you break everything? This could be our first reset because of Sand Attack. I think it's gonna be. She's gonna get us. Well, yeah. There we go. Reset number 1. I think Quick Claw time. It could also be Mystic Water. That range was very sad. Yeah, I know. The Mystic Water would solve the range. The annoying thing is the Umbreon is, the Espeon I mean, is faster. Also though, my speed is only 5 points slower than it, and I was about to level up. If I had used rare candies earlier into the league, I bet I would have outsped that Umbreon as well. So like the pre-will rare candies seem like they're gonna iron out a lot of the wrinkles in this current playthrough. Anyways, yeah, I'm kind of blunt when talking about like software development and improvements and stuff like that, and I try to tell people that I work with like behind the scenes that they should expect me to kind of go after the problems, and I focus on the problems, not the people, but that sometimes can come off like quite bluntly. So I had to work on like how I phrase things when improving stuff that other people use, and I hope I'm getting better at it. I still don't think I'm great at it, but definitely like communicating myself, especially when concerning emotions, has never been a strong suit of mine. Unless it's telling stories, I seem to be quite capable of telling stories, but not particularly good at being like, hey, this is how I feel about something, and like, this is how I feel, and I want you to know that. Like, I'm really bad at that. Just like, hey, there's problems, we need to fix it. That's it. Let's go. Let's spend the next 12 hours fixing this problem at all costs. Exceptional mentioned to me last time that in Fire Red, there is a lot of berries in that little area. So I'm curious to explore that in future playthroughs and see if they'll be useful. No! Well, I can fly back here, but that's fine. Whee! I can teleport back here with a cool sound effect. No. A rat. It's a rat. Alright, Octillery is doing much better than I was expecting. People said under an hour and 30 minutes at the beginning of the stream, but I didn't even go to... Stop talking about community, play the game. Okay. Go to Cerulean City. Then, talk to this guy. Pick up the machine part. Then go north. Because you're already in Cerulean City, so just head north. Don't fight him. You don't have to. I used to think I had to fight him, but you don't. He'll just disappear and you'll never get the chance to fight him. Which is sad if you're doing a single playthrough, but for me it's like, save time. How's Flareon doing? It's actually doing really well. We didn't end up teaching it Flamethrower, but overall quite good. It's great with Surf. My commentary just fell apart. I have nothing left to say. The channel's over. Yeah, Rattata can learn Dig, which is great. It can't in Gen 1, but it can in Gen 3. Gen 3, I didn't realize that, but in Gen 3, the Gen 3 Fire Red Leaf Green has the easiest HM users out of any game that I currently play on the channel. You catch Rattata and Pidgey on the first route, then nothing else until Lapras. So simple. Definitely easier than Gen 2. I think Gen 2 is the most complicated HM users. Gen 2 and Gen 4. There are a lot of similarities between Gen 2 and Gen 4. At some point, I actually want to make a comparative analysis video that's going to be like 7 hours long of Gen 2 and Gen 4. Don't go in here. Don't go in here. What are you doing? Teleport. Nato Kappa. Actually, no, don't go here. Don't go here. Don't go here. The ambitious projects. I know, I need to stop doing it. So, like, everyone always says, this is the life I lead. Everyone always says to me, why'd you stop making versus videos? It's like, I don't think you understand that, I don't think that you understand that making a versus video feels like it takes like 3 months of creative energy out of my body. Like, I don't know how to express just how exhausted I feel after I finish one. I genuinely felt physically sick for like 3 days after I finished the last one, Electrode vs. Magneton. Like, it took a while to recover. No, do not get me Perish Song. Okay, good. Oh, that was way too close. So it like takes a lot out of me to make those videos. They're just like, that was a great fly also. Did you see I flew like 7 steps? And I just flew again. That's efficiency. But yeah, they take a lot out of me. I like making them. They're the most like creatively fulfilling projects. I try and make every single versus video a little bit different in terms of my overall approach to the format. Like for example, Rhydon versus Golem, which doesn't even show up as a versus video on my channel. I literally just put my intent was to originally just make a Rhydon video, and then at some point I realized no, Golem should also be in this video. And then I added it, and then I was just like, no, the thumbnail's still just going to be only Rhydon. But Brian had the brilliant idea to make Rhydon kicking Golem, so then we did that, because Golem's like a soccer ball. I think that's what it is. Or is Golem kicking Rhydon? I don't know. It's one of the two. But it's great. I try and do things a little bit different with each versus video, and like this last one that I did was my sort of extremely long content. My first stab at that sort of genre. I just said to myself, sometimes when I'm making the voiceover, because I don't do scripts, but I do like 5 takes on each line, so it takes a long time to get through 3 hours of audio. It was like, we were recording, yeah, it's too long. Sometimes when I'm recording audio, I will have the thought cross my mind, like, do I really need to say that? Like, it's not that important. Like, let's just skip it. Like, we don't need to talk about this specific thing today. We can talk about that in the next video or something like that. For this one, I just said every time I think of something that I think will be important to mention that I haven't already mentioned, and I'll take out everything that I duplicate. I'm just gonna talk about it, and I'm not gonna cut stuff from the video just because I think it's getting bloated. I used to write scripts. So you probably watched a video that's like more than 1.5 years now. Yeah. Look at this, 641 effective power. It's probably 641.5, but we round down here in Pokemon Land. Ah! Oh, you get by this guy if you just... No! If you just keep walking, and then you can do the trick here. The trick doesn't guarantee a pass, but it stops his position so I can see where he is in his turning cycle, and then when I resume it, I can time the inputs so that I make it by him consistently. There's no reason to just try and run by. That's, unless you just want a chance accidentally getting tagged by him. But I think it's worth the, like, 2-second delay to skip him, rather than... to, like, consistently skip him at 4 times speed, rather than the occasional chance of him catching you and then you have, like, a 10-second battle. Maybe a little bit longer, maybe 15 seconds, something like that. Yeah, the Electrode vs. Magneton video did well, it's okay. It was worth it. Plus, also, like, sometimes it's not about, like, how well the video does, it's also about, like, the creative project for me. Like, does it feel satisfying to finish the video? And do I feel like the video, when I release it, is the video that I would want to make? If I can sit back a week after the video has released and say that, like, I don't think I would go back and do anything differently, then I feel good about the video. I don't care if it does well with the algorithm or monetization or any of that stuff. That doesn't matter to me. I just want to know that, like, if I sit back a week from the release date, I'll be satisfied with the result. And that's why I delayed it for, like, a month. Because I knew that if I sat back, I would not be satisfied. I would be thinking, oh, I have to do a follow-up. And if my thought process when I release the video is, I might have to do a follow-up, I'm just going to wait, release it later, so that I never have to do the follow-up. Because every time I release follow-ups, like, half the people watch the follow-up video, and usually the good strategies are in the follow-up video, and it should be the case that dramatically the first video builds towards the good strategies, and that's the sort of, like, the peak moment of the video when I use Bide with Electrode, and you're like, whoa, like, that is the moment we have been building towards for, like, 2.5 hours. Yeah. But then I undercut all of that, and I take away the story if I do a follow-up video. So I need to not do that. Like, the Ditto video, for example, in Crystal, I released it too early. And that's a regret of mine, that I didn't just take another 2 weeks to work on Ditto and see if I could do anything else. Talk to people in the community, like, because Red Ryosi came up with great ideas. I think Red Ryosi's here today, but I think it was Red Ryosi. Or no, Axu. Axu came up with great... I've also seen Axu here today. Came up with great ideas about how to beat Red. I don't know, who was it? I forget now. I'm gonna go watch the video. The source is credited correctly in the video. But someone... Crystal Ditto, not me. Okay, so it was Axu then. I also thought, like, the JJT says that it's the Electrode vs. Magneton is your favorite video to fall asleep to. That was something else I was considering with, like, really long form content. I personally consume a lot of extreme long form content. Like, I love when I find a video that's like 12 hours long. It's a fully produced video and it talks about the entire Pokemon series. I'm like, I am here for that. Like, I will watch this for the next week, part by part, as I do my work. This is so much fun. I will rewind it and rewatch sections because it will be well produced. I want to just, like, have this thing that is giant and well thought out and paced and not just a stream VOD, that sort of thing. So I was like, well, I want to make something like that. It's not as long. 3 hours was my first attempt at it, but I wanted to make something like that, and I figured since lots of people do like to fall asleep to my videos or watch them in the evening, that sort of thing, if it's a little bit long, that's not going to be necessarily a disincentive for you to watch the content. Like, I don't exist in the land of content that is like 15 minutes long. That's not really where my channel occupies, and it's also not what I'm interested in making or watching. I have been thinking about making some YouTube shorts, though. Specifically just to explain mechanics. Like, hey, here's the badge boost glitch. I'm going to explain it to you and show you how the game works in 1 minute. And try and do it as concisely as possible. I think that might be fun. So I'll try that at some point, but not right now. Okay, are you ready to all have your hopes and dreams crushed? Let's check this out. We're going to get rid of Psybeam for rest, actually, because we will have to have rest for this fight. But I hope everyone is ready to just feel absolutely hopeless. Yeah, see, like Clefairy vs. Gramble, also, it didn't feel like, since it's Gen 2, it didn't feel like there was a ton to talk about. So because of that, I was like, well, this video will just be a more concise version of a versus video. You see that? Bad, very bad. So yeah, we're gonna go to the correct set, which is to use Curse. So unfortunately, we will have to do this. Charm is very annoying because it lowers my attack, but it's not the end of the world. Ba, ba, ba. Really, I want to get rid of Surf, but I don't want to leave the cave, so I'm just going to use it here. I think I may lose to the Snorlax unless I can do a good amount of damage right away. Oh, that's bad. It's very bad. Attacked. Gain back some health, then Curse. Then take... Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, well, maybe I'll survive another one? I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, it got me. Alright. We ran out of escape ropes. Problem. Because I used the one when I shouldn't have. I also think I need to buy one more. I think I'm trapped. I don't know if I can get out of here. I don't know how to get out of here. I don't know how to get out of here. I either have escape ropes or I get out of here. What do I erase? Well, I cannot take Protect, and then Venusaur will just be awful. If I can get back now. I don't know if I can. I have to reset. The only way. I'm trapped. I'm stuck. I knew this was going to happen. So I watched my former Octillery playthrough earlier to see how it went, and it really feels like a lot of water types in both yellow and crystal, where the water type does quite well throughout the majority of the playthrough, and then right at the end of the playthrough, like right before it gets to the end, everything just kind of falls apart for it. I don't know if I'm going to two-shot this thing, but yeah, definitely not. Okay, so this is not an option either. Oh. Well, I lived the solar beam, that's cool, but... Yeah, like, they get to the end of the game and then stuff just starts going very wrong for them. Do I really not have any escape ropes? I don't. No, I'm not going to be able to get back. I can't get back. I need an escape rope. I don't have Flash. I need to get rid of Surf. Unless I can set up on the Pikachu. I don't know how much the Pikachu is gonna... Can you blackout to red? Yeah, I can do that. Let's just see how much it does to me. Well, that was nice. Oh, that's way too much. The 2-hit. Yeah, I think we got a blackout to red. Oh, if I just like crit this thing twice. I guess it can't miss Solar Beam. The Venusaur is so bad. Solar Beam being your only like good damage dealing move. It also has Giga Drain, but like of course Giga Drain's not very good. There we go. It uses it. It uses it because it sees that both of its moves can KO. So this is what I had to do last time. I had to go for the full Gen 2 set to beat Red. Goodbye, curse. Now we can get protect, and then everything will work. Makes so much of the fight easier. Okay, remember the prediction under an hour and 30 minutes? Getting close. We are getting close. Should probably learn how to get out of the cave, backtracking. It's not important for second playthroughs because you never have to backtrack. If your strategy doesn't work, you just restart. Because there's no time for like errors in judgment. Okay. What? Oh yeah, rest is in my first slot. I might not one-shot the Pikachu anymore. So we gotta be careful about that. Protect. Turn. Ah! Okay, we're still fine. Here's the nice thing about this. Curse. Protect. It's gonna keep wanting to use Solar Beam because it wants to KO me. But unless my health is exceptionally low, maybe if the Pikachu crits. But if the Pikachu doesn't crit, then we just essentially set up for free on the Venusaur. Did I? No, we're good. I'm being extremely cautious here. There we go. Bye-bye. So we'll take damage. That's fine. Snorlax can't do very much because... yeah, it's going to want to Amnesia anyways, but Body Slam does so little. And the Blastoise doesn't have good damage against me, and neither does the Charizard. So this is fine. I think we need like maybe +4 to win this fight. I don't think we need nearly this much. But okay, there we go. Level 72. So Octillery gets a final time of 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 48 seconds with 7 resets at level 72. This is also with 1 unstated blackout. The overlay does not show that yet. Let's look at the game time. The game time is not reported by Crystal, but luckily, as soon as the fight ends with Red, I record it in my splits file. So the game time is 5 hours and 22 minutes. Honestly, for a first run back with this thing, and I knew the end would be kind of bad. Also, some like unpredictable, I guess, losses due to slightly low speed and not using rare candies earlier on. I think this is like an acceptable result. From a tier list perspective, right now, we were just over an hour and 25 minutes, so not quite B tier, but definitely high C tier. Pretty good. Let's look at what Snorlax's old result was. Snorlax had a time of 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 44 seconds, so Octillery right now takes the first spot in the C tier. Could have just dropped rest instead of backtracking. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because you don't need it. Because yeah, just don't teach rest. Yeah, don't even need to pick up rest. Skip rest entirely. Yeah, it's just wasted time. I'm gonna look into a couple things. I'll just go back here. I think this thumbnail looks really good. I really like my new thumbnails. I think they artistically make me feel good. I don't know if they perform better or anything, but I like them. Crystal, Octillery. This is technically the first playthrough because before I did Remoraid into Octillery, which is a little bit different. We're gonna see what happens. How many curses do I need to one-shot every single one of Red's Pokemon at roughly level 72? Okay, so 4 curses gives 78.5% chance on the Snorlax and a 92.8% chance on the Blastoise, which is quite good. 5 curses is 1 hit, guaranteed 1 hit on everything. I think it makes sense to spend the tiny bit of extra time on the curses, not just like somehow throw right at the end. The Snorlax paralyzes you and then like you don't have rest, and then the Blastoise, like, let's just not do that. I think +5 is probably the way to go. I'm also going to look at no curses damage range on return, and it is easily a one-shot on the Pikachu, a 108% chance, a 108% damage. That's the lowest, the minimum damage range. If I take out rare candies, I'm going to see how many rare candies I can take out. Because I want to know if I come in at like level 70, am I still going to have, or 69. 69's nice. Okay, 69 is the perfect level. 69 is the perfect level. That gives me a 101% chance to knock the Pikachu out with return without setup. And that's the minimum damage range. I did a lot of drawing and stuff as a kid, by the way. So yeah, like when you say like artist, like I'm not like actually a professional artist, but I do like artistic things. Obviously, I went to music school and got a master's degree in music. It's wonderful using that economically now for absolutely nothing. But, yeah. Okay. Yeah, and you can think about it like I'm an artist in the sense of like I make videos, so it is artistic. So in that sense, I am an artist, and like, okay, sure. But I don't necessarily feel like that makes me an artist, per se. All right, Octillery number 2. Let's do this. We are going to go back in. We are going to fix the few small mistakes that I think I had with this run. And I think that we are going to completely stomp the game. This should be easy. Let's go. And yeah, my goal now is I want to be a Pokemon Master or a Pokemon Professor or something. That's my goal. My goal in life when I'm 31. Pokemon Master. My 10-year-old self would be thrilled. Actually, my 10-year-old self would have a lot of questions. Why is it taking you this long to become a Pokemon Master? Well, I'll have you know. It takes a lot of time to play the game with every single Pokemon at least twice. By the end of the Yellow series, we can make a Mr. Beast video. I played Pokemon Yellow 10,000 times. This is what I learned. Would Remoraid get similar results to Octillery? It's going to be slower, like, through the game, but it's going to be faster because its base speed is faster. Isn't that hilarious? So once again, I'm running the same hidden power. You can see how that impacts my DVs in the bottom left. Currently, this is a new feature. I hope you all are enjoying it. It's going to go away as soon as I get the Pokedex. But if you need to see it in the future, let me know. I'll bring it back up on screen. Just remember it took Ash 25 years. That's true. That is true. I'm not much slower than Ash. I can relate to Ash too. I feel like I make a lot of mistakes. He made a lot of mistakes. Like, objectively not a very good trainer for a while. Would be nice if I could crit this thing for speed. Could we please? Could we please crit? Guess not. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, the hidden power typing is also over on the move pool side of the screen so that you have quick and easy access to it whenever I'm in the overworld. I don't want people to have to, like... Essentially, like, the reason that I like putting a bunch of stuff on screen is, like, it's fun, number one. It's, like, fun to see the stuff and to be able to educate everyone and show these kind of things. But The real reason is I just don't want people to have to ask questions or wonder about things. Instead, I want them to just be able to see the things. Like, instead of being in a battle and going like, I wonder what their speed stat is, or oh, I wonder what moves they have. Does it know Thunderbolt? Like, you can immediately answer that question for yourself just by looking over to the right-hand side of the screen. Don't worry, there'll be at least 5 people that'll tell me to learn Dream Eater with Butterfree in Generation 1, and I will have to respond to every single one of the comments that it does not in fact learn Dream Eater. And then there'll be 5 more people that will tell me to teach Butterfree Dream Eater in Generation 3, and I will have to once again respond to those people telling them that Butterfree does not in fact learn Dream Eater in Generation 3. I think Generation 4 is when it gets it. Yeah, it's like have everything you need in view at the time you need it. That's the goal, and automatically. That's what I want. Everything you need automatically in view when you need it. Oh, well, that's not good. Crit turn 1 was like pretty bad. I'm lucky I made it through that. Yeah, there's a tutor in Gen 3, yeah, but you can't teach it to Butterfree. I looked this up so many times because so many people commented about it that I was like, I must have done something wrong. And so I looked it up on like every site to confirm. And no, it cannot get Dream Eater. Okay, so Faulkner is easy with Octillery every time. We would expect this. I'm glad that like scientific touch makes me stand out. That is, that's reassuring to me because I am just kind of dry and data driven in real life. And so it's like, oh, it's nice that people like me. Because I wondered that for a while. Like, I streamed a bunch of StarCraft, and back then I had, like, I don't know, like, usually, like, 2 or 3 viewers at a time. It was very small. Sometimes I would get as many as 30 viewers, and I remember when I would have 30 viewers, I'd be like, oh, this is, like, my stream really popped off today. I don't know if I can ever get that many viewers again. It was always very small. Anyways, where was it going with that? I don't know. Fighting a knit around. Cool, right? Going somewhere with that. Oh yeah, I just always thought like people were like, well, like people like a Villo or whatever are like they're more successful because he's just ragey all the time and like people want to see drama and it's like, yeah, okay, like but like I'm not interested in drama, so like how am I going to like ever get a viewership that would want to watch me play StarCraft if all I want to do is like sit here and analyze strategies and really pull them apart mineral by mineral. Yeah, so it's good to know that this approach is working for everyone. A long time ago, I don't know if the person's still here, someone asked about the foster cat. Foster cat will be here with me until it gets adopted or my wife goes on a trip. Because I'm technically not like the foster person with the agency, so if my wife isn't around, then the cat has to go elsewhere. It's very cute, hanging out just behind my wife's computer. Got its little corner. Three cats, yeah. There are 3 cats here, but only 2 of them are ours. Rosie and Churro. Rosie didn't get like an official launch video on the channel like Churro did, because Churro was my first cat ever. So he got special treatment. I think getting Swift is probably a good idea, just because... I should probably fight this guy on the way out, but getting Swift is probably a good idea just for the Bayleaf. Yeah, Churro's very orange. He's like, he's got all the orange cat personality. I'm not going to teach Mudslap. It was a waste of time last time. Annoying encounters, which you get because you go and get Swift. Yeah, that was something like people initially said. Like there was a lot of feedback on my earlier videos which were objectively not produced as well, and because of that people were like, you need to be more energetic. Like you're not gonna like capture a wide audience on YouTube if you're not energetic. And then I thought about it for a while and I'm like, I don't want to feel like everything I'm doing is really dishonest and performative. Like I want to just feel like I can hang out and play the game and be myself and not have to like be like, hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to play Pokemon Crystal for all of you today. Like, oh gosh. If I have to do that all the time, I'm gonna die inside. Oh god, stop. Yeah, I know, right? No. Yeah, I want to be like more emotive in some ways. Like I don't want to just be like super monotone all the time. Like having a more variation in the pitch of my voice and more expression in the pitch of my voice is okay, but it just needs to be not this like overblown YouTube caricature. Most out of character Scott sentence of all time. I think so, yeah. I did get escape ropes last time. I just ran out of them, and the last one I used was Mount Mortar, and I remember thinking to myself, I won't need to escape Mount Silver, it's fine, I'll just keep going. And I didn't go and buy more. Because I was just like, it's gonna be fine. That fake enthusiasm physically hurt me, yeah. How are people feeling about the new experience bar? In the bottom left. It shows the percentage experience that I currently have, like 5%. Then it shows the growth rate as a part of the experience bar, so it's not like separated on this like white little block above it where it used to be. The background has a nice gradient on it. It's gray, and then there's a nice gradient on the blue as well. I personally think it looks really good. I'm very happy with it. How it turned out. It took me a while. It took me like maybe 5 or 6 different iterations of like drawing up designs of that stats screen to really figure out exactly how I would redesign it. I would recommend to all of you right now, if you haven't, go and watch, like open the last stream I did, like Lantern or something like that, just to see what the layout looked like a week ago. And compare the bottom left with the current bottom left. And I think the current bottom left has a much more modern and professional feel to it. I'm probably gonna go Paralyzed Cure Berry here, because it's not a problem. For Lance, I don't know. No, I think I just one-shot the Ghastly. It's probably fine. Tad wider. Yeah, I thought about that. Like wider as in tall. Yeah, this is bad. Maybe I do need Mudslap for this. If I hadn't... Why did my reset go away? Why did my timer reset? This happened again. This was like the Lantern video. What? I'm confused. Okay, the thing that I thought caused that did not cause that then. One second. Okay, who's ready for a coding stream? 1 second. Okay, so there's a way to fix this. There's a simple way to fix this, and then there's a complex way to fix this. We are first going to try the simple way to fix it, and if the simple way to fix it does not work, then we will try the complex way to fix it. Yeah. So, first of all, I need to go and grab some code. So, by the way, this is kind of the garbage that my overlay looks like behind the scenes. It's really not professionally written, but it gets the job done. I do want to have it significantly cleaned up in the future so that it will do this all more concisely and much better and be more maintainable. So if you are a professional developer, just remember I've only been doing this for 2 years now, and I have no professional experience outside of just tinkering with this myself and asking some questions to community members here and there. Okay, so what we're going to do is I have implemented a fix for this in Generation 3 as well as in Generation 1, but we have not backported that solution to Generation 2 yet. So I will show you what the solution is. If I remove this window and then I remove the emulator, you can now see what my overlay looks like behind the game. So in here, I have all my settings, like I can set my hidden power, I can set my solo Pokemon, click new run, which restarts the timer, that sort of thing. It collects finish attempts. My resets are wrong, so I'll just fix that for now. I can set a whole bunch of things here, like I can change the type icons or take away the graphic. And then see, we can go back to the legacy colors. Wow, look at that, legacy colors. No, new colors, look at those. Normal looks like steel. Fighting looks like fire. That's actually... that makes sense. It makes sense. Okay, and like we can change the type. Here we go. Look at this. We'll do the comparison. Here's the old overlay. Old typing, old bottom part of the screen. We'll go to the, oops. We'll go to the new one. There we go. New. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add a little box here that will give me the ability to input a time, which will overwrite this timer. Because the way it currently works is when I press new game, the timer starts. When I defeat red, the timer stops. It is all automatic, and I cannot control it by any other means. Like there's no hotkey or anything that I can use to control it. I do have the ability to toggle and untoggle it from paused, and that's synchronized with my emulator. So if I pause the emulator, it will also pause the overlay timer so that we have fair results, because we don't want things to be fair. Fair is very important for these challenges. Okay, so first of all, I need someone to go back in the VOD and look at the exact time code that we were at for seconds, hours, minutes, and seconds. We're going to add 12 to that. So just give me the time before without adding 12 to it. The time that it was at right when it went back to 0. So when I made the reset, what was the time? We need that time. When we have 2 or 3 people reporting in the same time, then I will be able to set it back to that. For now, I have to go and salvage the code from my Generation 1 overlay, which, despite what you would think, these should be the same program. They are, in fact, not the same program. So, yeah, they should be. So I'm gonna put, okay, we need these 2 lines right here. See, now we have a little box here with a time in it. We can set the time in there. That's gonna be really nice. We're also about to overflow this box, so I'm just gonna change the font size a tiny bit. Where is that? Oh, no, okay. So we fixed that. We added that. Now we need to add it to the internals of the program. All the other stuff's the HTML, which is like visualizing what's going on behind the scenes. Now we need to add it. I forget how it's added in Gen 1. Let's see. What's it called? Timer, start time offset. Yeah, okay. Timer variables. It's gonna be here. Like that. I should probably back this up. I'm gonna back it up for now. I have this data object that backs up like everything that I do. We'll just add this to the settings that save automatically. Just in case we need to recover it at some point. We don't want to have that mess up on us. Okay, now we need to link up all the logic. That's the start time function. We will go to the start time function. And then we will copy paste from Gen 1. Stop time is the same. Update time is probably different as well, but we have to add also the set time method. And then update time, does update time change? I don't think update time changes. I'm gonna confirm that. No changes to update time. Pause time, no changes to pause time. Changes to new run, yes, changes to new run. We have to run the regex stuff at the beginning. By the way, if you're wondering why videos take me so long to make, sometimes it's because I do this for like 8 hours a day to like make a new feature. And sometimes when it doesn't work, it takes even longer. So 11:26:43. .44. 11:26:43. 11:26:44. Okay, I'm seeing more 11:26:44s, so we're gonna go with that. Okay, so that. And then I think we have everything hooked up now? Maybe? Am I wrong? Okay, so the time was... Okay, so the time... Yeah, we should make the default time 69, 69, 69. You're right. Good job, Tyler. I'll make that update. 11:26:44. So that would be 11:38. 11... Because we have to add the 12 seconds. 11:38. And then 8 plus 44 is 52. Right? Is my math correct? Annie looks like my math is right. Okay, now we click the set timer button and we pray. Yes! Yes! We did it! So we can recover runs now. We don't have to have the timer break and then be grumpy for the rest of the stream and then end the stream and just be like, I don't know what happened, but I'm so sad. That's what happened last time. Okay. Woo! So yeah, that's what I do when I need to fix something. Occasionally I'll do a run where like it's like every 2 minutes I have to pause because something has gone wrong, and then I have to make some like code adjustments and fix things, and then like sometimes it takes a while. Also the text over there for the enemy moves, it's too big. I don't like that it's gonna have to get smaller than this, but it is just slightly. Because we're going to have collisions later on if I leave it like this. So let's just fix that now so that we don't have to deal with it. Or so I don't have to deal with looking at it. Can't stand to see you text that's too big. Give me 1 second. Oh yeah, I can just show you. 'Cause you might be curious. How does this work? So modifiers really inefficiently programmed right there. You can see, but the moves are actually done decently well in a for loop. So not the worst here. Obviously could be better, but I don't want to change the icon size. The icon size is like, it seems fine. We'll just go like that so you can see the, or actually I can actually just do this. So I'm talking about these move icons on the side of the screen, like the Hypnosis, Lick, Spite. Those icons, if they get smaller, they're going to start looking really weird. So I don't want to mess with those. That's this styling. But this styling is probably, or enemy Pokemon move style is probably what we got to update. Let's decrease the font size to 15 and see if that like helps. Then I also want to check what the power enemy move style. So this controls both the effective power unless we overwrite the font size somewhere else, which we don't. Okay, so this should make it smaller. A tiny bit smaller. Move 4 is having alignment problems. I don't know if anyone else caught that. That's great. I'm gonna go down to 14 and see what it looks like. Might be too small at that point. And I might have to rethink this side of the overlay. It's getting pretty small, but I think it looks better like this. I'm probably gonna leave it on 14 for now. I might rethink this side of the overlay and push the, so what we might have to do is we might have to push over the little boxes that hold the stats. Push them over like, I don't know, like just over to where like the drop shadow is for like Ghastly's smoke. And then make the move bars a little bit more horizontal space so that we're going to get a slightly higher font size. And then we can fit everything in. Oh yeah, it gives me anxiety too knowing how big my my files are. They're way too big. It's ridiculous. It's been my goal for like a year and a half to refactor all of this into single file components so that I don't have this issue, but for now it's like this because it works. Okay, I think that's good enough. We're just gonna check on move 4. See, I do these things really inefficiently, but like this is probably got to be 17 to get move 4 in the right position. Yeah, move 4 looks better now. Can't believe I didn't catch that until now. It was so ugly. It was like totally 1 pixel too high. Can't believe it. Ugh. 1 pixel makes a difference. I kind of feel like making the Pokemon icons a bit smaller would be valid. Okay, well, let's try it. Sure. Move icon style. Let's go and see it. Let's like go like 24, 24 and see what happens, right? Go see. What do we think? Those are the icons. Slightly smaller icons. I don't think it really gave us much wiggle room, to be honest. It gave us maybe 1 pixel on the left, which I'm going to take. It actually doesn't look terrible that the icons are this size. So I'm gonna move that. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna go left. 1. Okay, that did move the other side because we got a width here. So we just gotta turn on my nice little border so that I can see how big this box is. Yeah. All right, let's try that. Too far. Apologies. Now it looks bad. Now it looks a bit better. They're like, I might want to nudge them in 1 pixel, but I think I'll do that later if it doesn't work today. Because if I nudge them in 1 and then it doesn't work because of that, I'll be sad. But this change is at least functional for now, and then I can really refine the styling later to make it a bit better. Aren't the stats in the order of the stat boosting items? What do you mean? Aren't the stats in the order of the stat boosting items? The stats are in the Bulbapedia order. HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed. The order that it's sorted internally in the game is HP, attack, defense, speed, special attack, special defense. Which really breaks your brain when you like learn it in this order, the order that I currently have it, but then they're like internally in the game it's like totally different. All right. Hopefully. Is that where you got the colors? Yeah. I standardized all the colors to the colors that Bulbapedia uses, just so that if people are looking stuff up, there is a one-to-one relationship between what I'm displaying and what Bulbapedia is displaying, so that your brain is never confused because I like use pink for like attack and they use orange for attack. That just seems like needlessly complicated. Because this kind of like design language using colors is really important. So I'm trying to follow the convention just so that things are clear. If you could choose the colors, would you choose the same ones? I don't know. I'd probably make attack red, honestly. I don't know. That just seems more like correct to me. I think special attack being blue makes sense. That feels right. I don't know why speed is pink, though. Anyways. Here we go. Look at that. The timer resumes. We're all good. Oh. Okay, well, it needs to miss, I think. So this isn't as straightforward as you might expect it to be, because they can also set up reflect. But it's not a guarantee win there, but you have a good chance. Oh. Not what I needed. Here we go. Another Flareon run, that's right. No, it looked like it had more than half health. It's okay, Oddish is 50%. And I could find a Psyduck on my way. Please, quickly, Oddish. I need an Oddish. No. I don't want to have to run around. Okay. Oh my gosh. Eventually this will be guaranteed. That's not been on the high... It's not been high on the priority list implementing that. We gotta solve the bonks first, obviously. Yeah, you could catch a Paris here too. Yeah, icons to represent the stats. I've drawn up some attempts at like demos for those as to what they could all look like for each stat. I've never implemented them though because they're not standard practice, and I think that they would just confuse things. If you really knew my content, then it would be fine, but if you didn't know my content, I think it would just confuse things too much, and in the end I just didn't think it was worth it trying to like convert people over to a different system when it's like just a very small portion of the community who watch my stuff. Doesn't seem worth it for me. But yeah, icons would be like the go-to, because then we can get rid of all the annoying abbreviations which are really similar, like special attack, it's SPA, and then special defense is SP large D, uppercase D. That's the same as speed though. Like I used to use that abbreviation for speed. I don't want to use that abbreviation for speed. So I use SPE for speed, but then in Generation 1 I use SPC for special, and SPC looks very similar to SPE when you glance at it, and that bothers me deeply. And then I could use SPL, but then horizontally it takes up much less space on the overlay, and it looks worse. Like it looks like one of the labels is like significantly slimmer than all the other ones, and then I just look down there and I'm like, no, that looks bad, I can't do it. So yeah, that's where we're at. And then if I use 4 characters, it also looks bad and unbalanced. So yeah, this is where we're at. This feels to me like this feels to me like the best of many not perfect options. And so that's why I have stabilized on this. Yeah, I can put the dot there, but then do all the other stats get dots in the middle? No, they don't. So then does attack get dots at the end? But that's going to look bad. So then do I not put dots on the other stats on the other side? And then that starts looking a little bit unbalanced too. So I have considered that, but that also doesn't work out in terms of creating this like nice visual balance of things. Yeah. Well, we have the ordering is always going to be the same from now on. I'm not changing the ordering. And we also have the colors backing it up. If you're colorblind, I'm sorry, but you got low labels, and the labels are unique. So I think that's about as good as I need to do. And at some point it has to be good enough. You can't just like continuously, I don't actually need to do this. You don't have to continuously make things better, and sometimes searching for a perfect solution when you have one that's working is... you just waste time. SPL would mean special. I could do like SCL? Special? I don't know. I think SPC gets the idea across a lot faster. I could also just spell out the entire word. And I did for a while double lines for the special attack and special defense, and stylistically that it takes up a lot of space. And it looks kind of bloated, and visually then it's tiring on the eyes when you look down there and there's so much information. Like when your eye looks somewhere, you want to see some blank space. You don't want to see all character information just like filling everything. Like imagine zooming out in a spreadsheet so that you can see more numbers, but you can see like hundreds of numbers on screen. Then it just gets really overwhelming quickly. And I don't want to make the overlay that. This time I'm going to equip the Quick Claw right away. Unlike last time, where it just sat in my bag throughout the Whitney fight, which was objectively not the correct choice. Apparently I'm not. I'm actually just going to fumble with the bags a bunch and then eventually do it in the most inefficient way possible. This encounter will also eventually be forced if I decide that it's better than the Krabby Dratini strategy. I'm going to spend some time one weekend just doing, like, catching myself a Psyduck and then catching myself a Psyduck and doing it like 100 times, and then take the average of all those times and go, okay, it takes roughly 14 seconds to encounter a Psyduck, and then I'll do the same thing with a Krabby, and then I'll take all the time that it takes me to buy the Great Balls, and also all the time it takes me to everything involved in getting the HM users, essentially. I will time all of that, take the average of all the times, and then figure out which one on average performs the best, and then out of that I will force it for RNG. So I'll pick the one that is overall average better, and then I will force that one in every playthrough so that all the Pokemon have the same time, and we don't have Pokemon competing for spots because of bad luck. I think Zergling, you're correct. If you go and look at the sign in Cerulean City, then it really convinces you that that's how it was supposed to be programmed. Okay, here we go, Whitney. This shouldn't be a problem. Last time she was fairly straightforward. Yeah, easy. Almost leveled up. 99%. I'm not going to forget the badge this time. Oh, come on. You have to talk to her first. It's really weird. That's what I did with the bike, by the way. I went through, I looked at all the locations on the map where I would use the bike, and then I calculated the amount of time that I would save from those locations. It was like not very much time. And then the time that it took to obtain the bike and register the bike hotkey was around the same amount of time. And so then I was just like, I'm never going to use the bike because it's going to make movement actually harder and easier to mess up. And if I'll throw myself off or if I'll mess myself up by using the bike, it's just not worth it. It's better to go bikeless. I think in these games at least. My data is not like comprehensive on that. I did not do hundreds of attempts. I did like 3. And I was like, yeah, this is enough. Like I feel comfortable just not using the bike. Because I haven't been using the bike and then my results would all be bad. I wanted to not have to use the bike, honestly. So definitely bias going into it. If someone else can put together a 3-hour video that shows me the comparisons and really makes a good case for it, I'm totally open to changing my mind. Not going to teach Octazooka this time. I apologize. No fun here. Only good strats. I wanted to fight this guy anyways. I figured if I want to fight this guy, I can just walk in front of him. Yeah, I can't learn Fire Blast, but I can learn Flamethrower. I know, it's interesting. No. I don't have Headbutt. It's actually really nice when you don't have Headbutt. Speedrunner was talking about this the other day. About how when you have a Headbutt, you're spamming A at the wrong moment. You just like talk to a tree, fight it, like a hoot hoot pops out, it's asleep. This happened to me the other day. Well, we know that Psybeam's useless, so let's get rid of it. Let's get Surf. Yeah, I think it's because Flamethrower is a type of gun. I think that's why. Because like Octillery is like, it's based on artillery, right? Like an octopus artillery. I think in Gen 2, Kenya's always going to get stolen. I'm pretty sure all the flying types learn at least decent flying moves. Like Wing Attack is okay in this game, whereas in Gen 1, Wing Attack is trash. Detect and reflect do not, detect and protect do not stack with each other. So like you can't like detect one turn, protect the next turn. That doesn't work. They both operate off the same counter. So if you've used protect one turn and then you use detect the next turn, it's like using protect 2 turns in a row. I tried this once to defeat Red when I was testing one Pokemon, and it didn't work out. So it would be really neat if that would work. It would be a cool strategy, but unfortunately it does not work. And I'm not sure if it doesn't work because they wanted to save time implementing it, where they just implemented like one variable for the 2, or if it's like they anticipated that people might do that and then they purposefully programmed in a way that would prevent it. Endure also on the same counter? Oh, neat. That's cool. I didn't know that one. That dialogue always feels so much smoother when you don't have to get the crabby. Great balls. Got great balls. Hey, it tried to hypnosis me. By the way, if you beat Morty and then you come to the power plant after beating Morty, always unequip your mint berry. Because occasionally the Noctowl will survive and hypnosis you and burn your mint berry. And then you If you want one for Chuck, you have to walk back north of the city and pick another one up. Or, like me, just fight Chuck anyways without one and hope for the best. Because Chuck is very bad. I'm intentionally not teaching Surf. I figure I could just get through this whole location without it and then teach it when I run out of PP, but... Apparently Bubble Beam has a lot of PP, and Octillery just like doesn't struggle with running out of power points. I guess it is like a tentacle monster. An octopus. Okay, let's get out of here. Look at that. We know if we don't have a repel because we can see. Surf. Yay. Alright, this should be fine. Are there any negative held items that would work for something like that? Any negative held items? I don't know if there are any negative held items. I can't think of any in this game. Oh. Berserk Gene. Yeah, you're right. Berserk Gene. That's a good one. Poison barb. I think you're thinking of Toxic Orb. Poison barb does not function the same way as Toxic Orb. Toxic Orb poisons you. The poison barb is just a held item that boosts the power of poison type moves. It's like the pink bow. Alright, so this was easy, of course, as we expected. Now we give the mint berry, then we win. Let's go. Let's go one hit, good one hit again. Not obviously the Gengar, but it's just going to miss a lot. Okay, we still have a mint berry and there's no sleep-inducing user before Chuck, so we can just keep it without switching an item. I can just ether before Chuck, because I have a lot. And as we said, this thing, it's got PP for days. If you go on that tile, you bump into the guy, and he allows you to turn at like the perfect angle to get by the gym. That's why I'm always trying to go like the second to right tile. Strength. Fight this person so I don't have to fight her later. Doo-doo-doo. Can't use repels unless you run out. I like in Generation 1 where you can use repels over old repels. It feels much smoother to me. Having to do it this way is a little bit frustrating. It's got lots of people ask about a new typing, but what would think about combining the rock and into the earth type? I don't know, like, well, it would make, like, some Pokemon a lot better, like Geodude and Graveler lines, like, because they have less 4x weaknesses. Honestly, from, like, a Gen 1 and Gen 2 perspective, that seems like a good balancing choice, because those Pokemon are pretty bad because their weaknesses are so severe. But I think overall it's best that they stay separate. There's a lot of stuff in Pokemon that's just, like, it's so old that it makes sense to just keep it the way it is. I always try to think about this from like the design typing of like if I was designing a new game, how would I take principles that I've learned from Pokemon and implement them in a way, and maybe like combining those two things together, it makes a lot of sense. You don't want to have like these Pokemon that are really, really, really weak to one thing. Oh, I got the bad damage range. Then it crit me with Karate Chop. It should be fine though, because we have Mint Berry. Yep, we're fine. That was 3 misses on Hypnosis from the AI. Well done, Chuck and Morty. They have a 45% chance to hit you with it because it gets the 25% debuff that all, or not all moves, but a bunch of AI status moves have. No. Psyduck cannot in fact fly, although Delibird can fly and it has that sprite, which is one of my favorite things in the world. Okay, last time I didn't use a repel here, but this time I still have my repel to get here, which is great. Oh, look at that repel. 3 steps left. Feeling good about that. Go here. Now it's done. Get a new one. Fight the Gyarados. Goodbye. The most fun part of the game. Does anyone have any questions? Please ask them in chat now, because I can actually read. For the next like 3 to 4 minutes, I have time to read stuff. While I spam A lot. Wow. Look at that go. What's your favorite? Why is it purple? It's not purple. My favorite color is actually like turquoisey teal. And I have a reason for this because in StarCraft 1, all of the hero units in the campaign are turquoisey teal. And so ever since then, I have associated the turquoisey teal color with extreme power. Yeah, so that's my favorite color. Turquoisey teal. The one from StarCraft 1. Just look it up and then you're like, oh yeah, that color. It's a good color. Great color. A second. Is Ditto in yellow coming this year? I can't answer that question. Thoughts on narrowing the distance between stat name and stat value on opposite side so you can have a bit more wiggle room for move names? I can, but the problem is like right now it looks like there's a lot of room, but when the stats become 3-digit stats, we get into problems. Because I also have to put modifiers over there when they change their stats. So because of that, we have to be real careful about removing space from the right-hand side of the screen when regards to stats. It's a good question, though. I have considered it. Hopefully that answer shows that. Are you looking for any development help? I talked about this on the stream with Exceptional, but I feel right now like I want the help, but I don't know how to utilize it. Like the organization of all the people, like the organizing people is the challenging thing for me right now. Do I plan on showing stat experience? There it is. There's my stat experience. Bottom left, added this morning. Cool, right? So you can see I have a lot more attack stat experience than everything else. The special and special defense use the exact same stat experience value. Yeah. Oops. The numbers seem off. The numbers are not off. Those are the numbers. Stat experience ranges from 0 to like 65,000. It's the value that can be stored in 2 bytes. And then I think you take the square root of that number, and then that gets factored into the stat calculation function. And does it turn on and off when I press a specific key on my controller? Like now! And now! I control it. You see? See? I am in control of the base stats and the stat experience. Yeah, bytes, not bits. Yeah, 16 bits, correct. What's planned for Saturday? Abra in Pokemon Crystal. Yeah, EVs are basically the square root of stat experience. Yeah, EVs are stored in a single byte, whereas stat experience is stored in 2 bytes. And you can... sorry, what I was saying is that EVs are stored in 1 byte, whereas stat experience is stored in 2 bytes. And because there are 4 stats that have 5 stats that have stat experience, then there are 6 that have stat experience in the next generation. Because special defense gets its own unique stat experience. Oh, that was a misclick. Abra does not learn Swift. Abra gets only teleport through level up. There is a first attempt of it that I streamed. I did a first attempt stream for it. So you can find that. It's in a playlist. The video is unlisted, but it's in a playlist on my channel. So go check out my first attempt playlist if you want to see that. And then you can go and watch the first attempt for Abra, which will be the first 2/3 of the video. Just know that if you're going into that, you're gonna get spoiled. Okay. Yeah, that's the other thing about stat experience. All of your stats can accumulate the maximum amount of stat experience, so you never get capped. Okay, we're making decent progress here. This is not the fastest run of all time, but it's pretty good. Yeah, we're already working on it for like game hook replacement stuff. We're like in the planning stage. Do you think any Pokemon will have to reach level 100 to win a run? Yeah, go watch my Delibird playthrough in Pokemon Emerald. That one I needed level 100 to beat the game in that playthrough. Yeah, what you're saying about like Pokemon having a transparency problem when it comes to stats and stuff like that, like that's a big motivator for me behind like visualizing all of this stuff for you when you're watching my videos, is because I feel like we can get more educational value from the content if everyone knows what's going on behind the scenes while seeing the game played. It's a little bit hard. It becomes like very verbose and annoying if you have to constantly refer to this stuff but never see it. It's like a picture is worth 1,000 words. That's kind of my approach to it. Like, seeing the data is worth 10,000 words about the data. Porygon, my boy, you tried. That guy, he's a notable trainer in this game. He can, if you can't one-shot the Porygon, he can freeze you with Tri-Attack. I've had losses there before. I was not careful by this guy last time, and I should have been. I was just lucky. Yeah, the predictable spinners do not have social anxiety. Only the unpredictable ones that are completely random that I can't predict and get around consistently. Yeah, Tri Attack can defrost you. Yes, it can. But sometimes just being frozen is too much. Yeah, Tri Attack has a 1 in 3 chance of defrosting you. Hey, I crit the Meganium. I needed that to knock it out, by the way. Only a 6.6% chance to KO. Easy rival. Very easy rival, actually. I feel like Freeze's Will-O-Wisp clone would have to like KO the user. It's like you use it, you freeze the opponent, you just KO yourself. Like that's the only way that it would feel okay. D-Teza, it's doing okay. Honestly, it's doing okay. This is a nice change of pace because the last 2 streams I did with Crystal, I couldn't even do second playthroughs because we got stopped by time limits because the Yanma playthrough took me so long to do. And the Lantern one had so many technical errors. We had the same technical error today where the timer broke, but I just implemented a piece of code that let us fix it. I'm gonna have to figure out exactly why that's happening. The function, I think what's happening is the function that resets the timer and the resets counter and stuff like that, it's for some reason getting triggered when it shouldn't be triggered. So I need to look into the logic behind that and then figure out like what scenarios are causing that to happen. I think it has to do with when I delete my save file, and then the way that I'm tracking if I should restart the timer when I like press new game or whatever. When you press new game, the game assigns you a trainer ID and a name. Sometimes it's a random, like in Generation 1 they assigned you Nintendo, and they assign the rival Sony, which is really fun. And then you go through the naming screen and everything, and all the options get changed at that point. But I'm tracking those things, and then when they change from what they were previously, that's the point that I trigger the new game logic. And so I think that probably what's happening is that's just getting triggered too soon. So luckily, we made it here a little bit earlier. It's nice. And this time I know I'm not going to get any tutor moves. So with no tutor moves, we can just max out the special stat experience now. Just so everyone sees, I'll show you here. Wait, sorry. No, this one. There's the stat experience right now. It is not maxed, but it is above the threshold of 25,600. When you go above 25,600, you can no longer use vitamins to increase your stat experience. But the stat experience will continue to increase, as you will see here as I battle this Raticate. When I knock it out, my stat experience increases. Then when I knock the Coughing out, again, my stat experience increases. So I'm still gaining stat experience, but yeah, we're not at the maximum stat experience value yet, but we are at the threshold for vitamins, so I can no longer use vitamins on those stats. Thank you, Escape Camper Hire, for the 1 gifted membership. Really appreciate it. Nice. Annie. You got it. There will be a Magneton analysis video of my final playthrough with it where I go through everything, the footage completely uncut. Yes, uncut Scott's Thoughts. It's going to be great. That'll be coming out probably tomorrow. And then new release on Saturday. And the Magneton analysis video will be members and Patreon exclusive. Just a little bonus to say thanks for everyone who supports me. Of course, all of the results and the overarching strategy is all present within the original video, so you're not missing anything if you can't support. Okay. Let's go off and fight Claire. Right? I do that so that I can dodge a spinner. I think it's the better play. I know now with anti-spinner technology, I can just dodge him, but I think he's random. If he's predictable, I could just open the menu. But I find that this far into the run, I'm getting a little bit tired. And so just to skip him with the water there, while it might not be the 100% most efficient thing, it's what works best with my brain. So it's totally fair criticism if you think that isn't the right choice, and I understand. But I'm probably going to keep doing it because it seems to just work for me. I was considering not picking up the Nevermelt Ice because I think I have enough special attack to just kind of crush everything, but I will pick it up now. Also, while you're using a repel, if you can do other actions in the menu, take care of them all at the same time. We don't need rest, remember. This is the first time I have not picked up rest in a playthrough in a while. So my protein... I like to not max out my protein in the department store just because then here I can use the last protein that you pick up in the overworld before continuing. Okay. Scott, did you do Kingdra? I did Kingdra in yellow, but not yet in crystal. I do need to do it in crystal. I'll do it. I'm thinking of doing it at some point when I need a little bit more of a chill run. You know what's funny? Actually, I say it's a chill run, but then like Octillery might actually just be better than Kingdra because Kingdra has a slow growth rate, I'm pretty sure. Or no, maybe, I think it's medium fast actually. It's like a dragon Pokemon that doesn't have a slow growth rate. I'm pretty sure it has medium fast. We can check after. Should I just do first attempt Kingdra right after I finish Octillery? Oh my gosh, I'm actually considering it. Might be fun. Yeah, it's medium fast, okay. Everyone the other day was like, they like joined the stream with Exceptional and I, and they're like, wait, where's Blastoise? Because we had moved on to Charizard. Fair. We will be doing Venusaur next week on Tuesday to complete the starters. Go. Go, Claire. Okay, so I have a strat here. Remember how she used the Hyper Potion last time? I don't want her to use a Hyper Potion this time. So I'm going to attack the Kingdra with Aurora Beam, and then with Hidden Power. Oh, it's going to do too much. Yeah. I was hoping that Hidden Power Electric would do just like a little bit less, and then she wouldn't use the potion. I could have gone Surf instead, or Swift, to do less to it. In the end, it doesn't really matter. It's just a little bit slower. Hidden Power Dragon, I don't know. I've never actually considered using it. Or I think maybe I have, but I haven't like seriously considered it. There's been no Pokemon where it felt like it solved enough problems. But with Kingdra, it might make sense that you can get the same type of attack bonus move. I'm pretty sure that's why you're suggesting it. I didn't have the chance to read everything, so apologies, but I could see that being the case. Go, Psyduck. This is also why I like Psyduck. You can teach both the HMs at the exact same time instead of having to remember to get the Dratini and then remembering to open the menu later on. You don't have to come back into this house, talk to him, so it saves that dialogue. In general, it just saves a bunch. Also, there are two valid options to talk to this guy. Snowy let me know about that. Square stat experience divided by 4. Yeah, that's it. That's the calculation. That looks like the calculation. I think the calculation is in my overlay, but I always run it with 0, so it doesn't matter. Because I actually have to calculate the stats for the Pokemon at the beginning of every run. Because I set the DVs to perfect values, but setting the DVs to perfect values does not actually change your Pokemon's stats. It just changes the DVs, and then when they level up, they get the perfect... the DVs are then used to calculate their stats. So they don't have perfect stats then at level 5. But I figured there's going to be at least one of you who is pedantic enough to go in, look at the video, and go, that's not a perfect Octillery. I see that your stats are 1.2 low in these 3 stats. Oh, I messed it up. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, got it. Someone's going to say, that's not the right Octillery. So then I had to write a bunch of code that is just like, if the stats are not high enough. Or like, basically just like, takes the perfect DVs, recalculates all the stats to their perfect values, and then assigns them to the Pokemon. And there's, I also implemented some code now, because you used to be able to see the moment where that happened. You would see, like, the stats areas populate with, like, lower values, and then all of a sudden they would just flicker up to the perfect values and then stay there. But I implemented a bunch of code that, like, delays that change just slightly, so that then, when the stats have, effectively been reassigned, then the overlay updates and you get to see my Pokemon. So it looks like it had those stats from the very beginning, which is just for like some visual cleanness. Also because I do all these runs with perfect Pokemon, people need to just know that. And I don't want to confuse someone where they look down, they see the stat flicker and they go like, hey, what was that? I don't get it. That's just an unnecessary question that's going to cause someone a problem. Also, this surfing I think is unnecessary. It's probably faster to just dodge everyone by walking and then surf around this girl, but I find the surfing is a little bit more mindless and I can't make as many mistakes. Sure. That's me. I'm the person you're describing, yeah. Oh, this Aurora Beam. I thought Surf was in slot 1. I'm like looking over at the chat. I'm like, why did the Rapidash not faint? That's wild. I have 105 base attack. If you want to see my base attack, there is the base stats for Octillery. I usually don't show them this late into the playthrough, but now I have special powers. That's my inventory too. See? All kinds of special powers. Now I can't turn them off because I need to walk around the overworld. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Question mark, question mark, question mark. You stand no chance against me. My octopus is far too strong. Alright. Yep, so that's that. Now that we're through this, I'm realizing I'm like about to level up. And I have no... Oh, I have a super repel, but 86 steps. Let's just deplete the steps and fight like 3 wild Pokemon so that we level up one more time before we use rare candies. This also may be unnecessary, but I can't let it go. Victory Bell will not be as good in Crystal as it is in Generation 1. It's really good in Generation 1 because of how the crit mechanic works, and then secondarily, because of how the sleep mechanic works. Those two things paired with the medium slow growth rate really give Victory Bell the strength that it needs to just plow through the game. But a lot of that is changed starting in Generation 2. The crit mechanic and the sleep mechanic. So then Victory Bell is not as good. I forgot a rare candy. It's fine. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ice Beam in the place of Aurora Beam. 6, level 55. Breath League. Let's go. Also, grass types in Johto. Yeah, that's a good point, Ben. Grass types in Johto are like... They're not very good. Yeah. Celebi is the best one so far. Yeah, Celebi is good, but like Celebi is good for other reasons. It's a medium slow growth rate Pokemon, and it's also a legendary or mythical, depending on how you think that they should be defined. I don't think it's particularly important. Okay, there we go. Important enough for me to mention. No, that's just because I'm long-winded. Okay. Yeah, this electric type's a little scary, but we're okay. So we're just, oh no. Oh no. It minimized and sludge bombed and poisoned us. It's not great, but I think Ice Beam will one-shot the Crobat. Well, unless a double team gets me. It doesn't though, we're okay. Oh yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna play a bunch of Egg Move and event Pokemon once I've completed the bulk of the work for my main series. There's a whole I have a whole bunch of stuff on the backlog that I do want to eventually get to. By the way, 71% chance now with the rare candies to knock both of these 3 first starting Pokemon out in one hit. Okay, I didn't get the good range on the Hitmonlee. That's unfortunate, but I'm going to 2-hit the Machamp, and then 1-hit the Onix, of course. I just missed his cross-chop. Alright, sure. And I mean 3-hit because it used... I never know how to talk about this in narration. It's like, I knock it out in 2 hits. Well, I would have, unless he didn't use a Hyper Potion, but he did use a Hyper Potion, so technically 3 turns, but like we could just edit it out in post, so you'd never know. It's a frustrating, like, that's a small frustration of being a creator, is like, there's this moment that doesn't actually matter. It's just going to bloat the runtime, but I have to talk about it. Otherwise, someone is going to mention. I think this one is Mystic Water. Victory Belt might be good in Gen 3, but I worry about Steven. I always worry about Steven when thinking about grass types in that game. Like, Breloom was really good, but... again, held back by the fact that it's a grass type. Let's go. Come on. Come on, just don't miss. Don't miss. Don't miss. Don't miss. Don't miss. 75%. Come on. Come on. Okay, we're good. I don't think I need the Never Melt Ice. I've decided I don't need the Never Melt Ice, especially if I'm using rare candies early. Lance is not good enough, and I've over-prepared for him with Hidden Power for the Gyarados, so I don't have to waste time here. And as we can see, health at no point is really the reason that Octillery is losing. We're not trying to survive one specific damage range throughout the playthrough that, like, if we just survive that, then we win the battle. There's no moments like that, so losing the health DVs, I can show you over here, there's my health DVs. Losing my health DVs, it doesn't actually matter. Okay, hopefully the timer doesn't reset now. Let's find out. The time on the timer is 58:39. We're good. Let's talk to Elm. Get the SS ticket. So, oh, Scott, are you gonna do another Aerodactyl run? Yeah, it has kind of become... I didn't get this rare candy. I don't think I got this rare candy. It has kind of become tradition on the channel for me to do an Aerodactyl run once a year around May. So maybe I do have to do Aerodactyl this year. Might already be planned. What was Octillery's original tier time? I don't remember. It was so long ago and I only did one run, I believe. So it was like the channel was a very different place when I did this one. So it's hard for me to say like I didn't look at its time and memorize it or anything before this because it didn't seem particularly relevant. I also was a Remoraid when I started. Yeah, it's a nostalgia dactyl. Exactly. That's what I've been doing. Every time I do an Aerodactyl video, I just talk about nostalgic things. We need curse. Annual Dactyl. Yeah. I'll have to do an epic Aerodactyl playthrough when this channel turns 5 or 10 or something like that for like the anniversary. Oh no. I don't think I need that PP up. Probably should skip it. Just wasted time. Oh yeah, I should backport Mega Aerodactyl at some point, yeah. I also saw that RBY Pokemon Challenges did a, it was like a Rock Dragon Aerodactyl, like would it be good? I was like, oh that's cool, like, maybe I'll do that at some point, that sounds fun. I'll talk to him and see if he's got suggestions or something he didn't explore with it, like maybe he chose a certain moveset so that I can do something like similar but different, and then we can like link each other's videos and it'll be not like we're both just doing the same thing, which is not necessarily interesting unless we're racing. Also, I still have Swift because there's no better move. Like, we really only need Surf and Ice Beam and occasionally Hidden Power. He only changed the typing, not the moves. Okay, that's cool. How are you and your evolved wife and kitties? Good, we're doing good. Very busy right now, but good. I hate you, Espeon. It's gonna be faster. No, I keep Mystic Water for the damage range. And I'm a higher level this time, so maybe the damage range is just better and we'll be okay. It's still faster by 5 speed, but it fails at Sand Attack. Alright, that and the damage range, so we're fine. Got it. Oh yeah, Animations On is like, I heard that early on, where people were like, it's like disorienting or it's like it gives a headache to watch with animations on, so I never put mine on. And then I realized I'm trying to play the game as fast as possible, so it makes a lot of sense to just keep them off. You are welcome, PG Leo. Or P Gilio? Gilio 86? I don't know, I think I got it. Oh no. No, this ledge is the final boss. Oh no, this ledge too. Everything's a challenge. We're okay. We made it. To the water. The straight line from here. Until this. We gotta go through the maze. Little office place. Hey guys. How's it work? Not good. Someone stole something. Oh no. Don't worry. I'm the protagonist. This protagonist is from the future, because I've already done this run. Venusaur's like, hey, did you expect me to go for Solar Beam? I'm like, yes, I did, actually. I knew that you were going to go for Solar Beam, and I have already arranged the counter for it. You're out of Ice Beam PP. But we have a Max Ether. And a PP up. Okay. Hopefully everyone's having a good Thursday. I'm really happy this year that I've been able to regularly stream. Last year, starting in January, my goal was to stream once a week for the entire year. I wanted to do 52 streams, and I didn't really care what they were. I was just like, I'm going to stream 52 times, and it's going to be great. And then the whole year, my voice was just not doing well, and I was struggling to even get the regularly produced videos out every week. And it was really discouraging, I have to say, because I love streaming. It's so much fun to just play these runs and hang out with everyone. It was really discouraging to have to just hermit a lot and not do any of the streams. And I'm really happy now that it looks so far like I'm going to be able to continue streaming once a week for the remainder of the year, and so that's what we're hoping for. The one reset was on the Rivals Bayleaf in Azalea Town because I fumbled against it. I used Water Gun accidentally. I still think it can still get you even if you don't fumble. And I changed my strategy slightly. Last time I went for one Mud Slap and that really did help. And this time I was not using any Mud Slap. Overall though, I think that one's more player error than anything else. Please don't Perish Song me again. That was stressful. Okay, that Blizzard is much better. Mudslap is actually less consistent. Okay. Yeah, maybe just spam Swift. That's probably the best choice. You know, you can get a surfing encounter at Missy's Gym. I did not know that, actually. That's cool. By the way, I used to go through the dark place, like the rock tunnel. And that was because I had seen a speedrunner a long time ago, and I don't remember who it was. This was when I was very... I think his name is Jametaby. He was writing a comment on every single one of my videos showing me all the things I was doing terribly wrong. And then I was like, okay, I should go watch a speedrun because he recommended that. So I was like, okay, I'll watch the speedrun. This is a great idea. Like, I'll get some insight. And then they went through the cave. They just did it while it was dark. I was like, I don't think I can ever do that. Like, that seems way too hard. So I never did that, and I would always do it this way. And then at some point, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to learn all the dark areas, and I'm just going to do it like that. Or actually, I used to just use Flash. But then I was like, I should just learn the dark areas and actually play this game well, and like, not just like hide behind the fact that like I don't want to learn the dark area anymore. So then I was like, okay, I'll learn the dark area, then I'll navigate through it. So then I did that for a while, and what ended up happening was I realized after a while, the number of steps that it's taking in the dark is quite a lot, but I'm also much slower than I would be on one-time speed throughout the dark, because they do it on the bike, that kind of thing. Whereas like for me, it's like I'm really slowing down to make sure that my execution is proper so I don't get lost. And then I saw, I think it was Squidgy and someone else, and they were just going through the cave, going the other way. And I was like, okay, that's definitely the better choice right now. Like, I should just go around. And there is a spinner there that you can run into. So potentially if you don't have the anti-spinner cheats, then there's one extra battle that you could get into. But even then, I think it's going to be more efficient. More efficient to go the way that I'm currently going. So for any time that I said, no, Dark Cave is better, I was operating off of the intel from a speedrun a long time ago. I also did go back and watch a different speedrun, and the person who was speedrunning that time did not take the same route. That person flew to Saffron City and then walked over to Lavender Town like I just did. So I guess there's different approaches. I think that this approach is faster now. Maybe I'll change my mind again, but right now I'm locked in on this until new information comes up. Oh yeah. You just walk by him if you walk south. Thank you, Snowy, for this tip. Also good to have you here, Snowy. My Kanto route is jank. I look forward to seeing it. Everyone, Snowy has a Farfetch'd video that's going to be great. It's going to be so good. Go check it out. But it's not done yet. It's not done yet. I should say that. Sorry, I don't want to give anyone anxiety. It's not done yet, but also Snowy has a great Beedrill video, which I would recommend. Especially if you like shorter challenge videos. Snowy's videos are like all of the most important information distilled down into like a 12-minute video. And I think that that's yeah, it's great that we have people that don't make 3-hour videos all the time. Some people need to just watch something that's shorter. Anyways, I really like their content. It's great, so go check it out. All right, we're doing pretty well. 11, 11, 11, or 1, 11, 11. It was cool learning that there's a different path through this gym. Links don't work, they get yoinked by YouTube. I don't know if I can change that. I should maybe change that. I want people to be able to link stuff in my chat. Like, I hope that, like, we can all just, like, again, it's like a community spirit. Like, I hope we can all just, like, share stuff and, like, all, like, chat about each other's videos and, that kind of thing all in this place. I'll look into it after this stream. Ah, gosh. The wall is hard. I think we fight this with leftovers like last time. It shouldn't be a problem. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Only the creator can share links? Okay, that's fair. I'll share, once I finish this run, I'm going to share the link to the Beedrill video. If I remember. I might forget. I'm very forgetful. ADHD is great at just like going like, delete, you're not going to remember that. Then like tonight I'll be sitting on the couch and I'll just be like, oh, I forgot to link the video, and I'll feel really guilty about it. Also, they, amazing video about how typeless damage doesn't exist in Generation 2. It's fantastic. I think I've linked that on former videos, or at least talked about it and referenced it on former videos before. Alright, blue is finished. Go back in time, because there's nowhere else for you to go. No, no. Oh, autism diagnosis, or assessment, sorry, assessment is the proper word. My brain just replaces things with like roughly synonyms occasionally, and that's problematic. Especially when I'm in my videos trying to be precise with my language, and then I say like the wrong thing, but it's like kind of the thing I mean, but not really. And people are like, didn't you actually mean like, didn't you mean stat experience, not EVs? I'm like, yeah. I hope the assessment comes... Oh no, this is not what I want to do. But I do want to make that animation happen. Whee! Okay, there we go. I hope your assessment comes back with the findings that you wanted to receive from it. That was something I initially considered for myself until I realized how expensive it was. Okay. Here we go. 4 rare candies. Gonna be level 70. Almost like I planned it. It's not very precisely planned, but it did work out. And then we go... Curse. HM moves can't be forgotten, of course. Return. The worst thing here is teaching over like a move that you need. I'm just like actually panicked right now that I'm gonna do that. Curse, return, I need protect. Did I not get protect? Didn't get protect. Well, you know what I did get? I got escape ropes, so we're fine. That's right. You can't get me, game. Don't even try. Oh no. We have to get... Oh no. No, the game is trying to get me. It's trying to get me. The ledge was like, ha ha ha. And then this place was like, yeah, like, we've got you. Okay, there we go. Small amount of wasted time. It's annoying. It's gonna be like a minute and a bit, but you gotta do what you gotta do. The one person in chat that loves Octillery will be like, no, redo the run. Okay. Oh, wait. So here's the thing. You can just teleport back like this. It's really easy. 1, 2, 3. Up, up. I'd really like to run out now, but I'm not gonna. Okay, this is a good place to run out. Because I know where I am. I'm not gonna accidentally use that escape rope. Okay, did it. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Protect. Protect in the place of hidden power electric. Can now play around the Venusaur. Let's go. Let's do this. Come on. Let's go. Return. Hey, it used Thunder on turn 1. Interesting. Curse. Protect. Curse. We only need 5 of these. Curse. Protect. Wouldn't it just be devastating if this thing went for Sunny Day? That would make me very sad. But it doesn't. Because it sees the KO because I'm low enough level. I think this fight actually might get harder if you leveled up. Like if I went like 5 levels higher, it might not see the KO with Solar Beam and then just go like, I'm going to attack you right away. It's like, uh-oh. Oh, I should have just attacked. That was a mistake. That was 100% a mistake right there to protect turn 1 because it's going to Amnesia and I knew that. I am sorry about that. No! What was this crit? Awful. Well, I'm going to protect now. I want to make sure I live. Oh, so scary. Oh, okay, we did it. 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 33 seconds with 1 reset. 1 technical problem at level 71. No blackouts. This is, in terms of game time, I have to bring it up. I should actually make a pop-up on the screen when you finish the run. I'm going to do that right now. Make a pop-up on the screen that shows you the game time in Crystal. 5 hours and 2 minutes of game time. Yes! Yeah, we technically only had 1 technical problem today. My coding is getting better. It's getting better, I swear. I swear my code's getting better. I'm working really hard on it. I'm trying to test things. I spent 3 hours this morning coding and testing to make sure that everything would work. Okay. Let's, I don't have recommendations for where to look for hiring, sorry. Let's look at the tier list. So right now, this was a re-ranking stream. We were able to do 2 playthroughs today, unlike the last 2 streams. Thanks, Yanma, for being such a pain. But we were able to do 2 today with Octillery, so we got new results for it. These results of 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 33 seconds currently give it a faster time than Charizard and a 30-second slower time when compared with Ampharos. So right now, it is in the middle of the A tier. Honestly, pretty good. I think that's like it's a nice result, honestly. 115 is the next threshold. Yeah, I think we could do under 115. I don't think this one, we do no reset in Azalea Town, and then we do no backtrack to get Protect. And I think at that point, we're going to be fine. Yeah. Okay, everyone's, I was told, thank you, Metal, for telling me to link the video. Must link the video. Noe Beedrill. Also,
today I'm testing
the
out
thumbnail art is extremely cute. Very, very, very good. Like it a lot. Okay, here everyone. Snowy's video. I reckon there's a way to get sub 15. I think so. I think let's just go through all the things that can be done to get sub 115 with Octillery. Number 1, no reset in Azalea Town. That's saved time. And that one I think can be like I can just restart the run every time if I get a reset there. It's like not far enough into the playthrough to be like really upset about. It's like a Cerulean City Rival 2 going badly and you just restart. That's fine. Number 2, I think that there is a lot of stuff that can be like a lot of little things that can just be taken out of the run, like picking up random healing items that I don't end up using because Octillery is so strong. Then we can have a slightly more concise League attempt. I don't think I needed to do the wild Pokemon outside of the League. I can probably just cut those, fight one trainer earlier on the route, like 3-shot, or one-shot all of the Venusaur trainers Pokemon, and then that just gets me up to the level I need to be to use the rare candies and continue and get 70 for red. But we don't even need 70 for red, we need 69 for red, so we could just cut that entirely. We could also probably cut a few optional trainers earlier into the run that I fought that I don't really need to fight. So those things could be done, really optimizing for level 22 right before Whitney. I think that is the key early on. Whereas I was level 23 for Whitney, I fought the person right in front of her, can cut that. So there's a bunch of time that we save. Then we save all of the backtracking time for going back to get Protect, because I definitely don't need to do that. That's just a mistake. So there is more time that can be saved. I could also play better, my execution can just be better. My execution is not incredible. And so I think that is, those are the things that I could do to make things better. No, Gen 2 bike is actually slower than the Gen 1 bike, and it's not that much faster than just walking around. It's fine. I don't think that the bike makes you faster in these playthroughs at 4 times speed. At 1 times speed, yes. At 2 times speed, probably. At 3 times speed, I'm not sure, but probably also makes you faster. At 4 times speed, that seems to be, to me at least, with my execution, the break-even point for the bike. If it was 5 times speed, I think the bike would be slower than walking, because you're going to have too many input errors. You need to be very precise. Icy Vegeta says, are you impressed with this octopus? 100% impressed with this octopus. It did really well. I think it's great. It's good. Let's look at it. Let's quickly go through it again, just because we can now. No, that's my inventory. I am going to take it away now. Goodbye, inventory. I'm going to instead put up the base stats in the left. We didn't have this technology before, but we do now. It has 105 in both of its attacking stats. That's really what it needs. And in the end, its speed isn't a liability just because Protect counters the Venusaur on Red's team. If Red had Razor Leaf on the Venusaur instead of Solar Beam, this run would be so much more difficult. But the fact that you can play around his Solar Beams, yeah. With Protect, you can just set up Curse and then sweep everything else, because Octillery's typing is great once you get by the Pikachu and the Venusaur. And the AI provides them to you at the beginning of the battle, which is actually perfect. The Pikachu can just mess you up, but it can really only mess you up with Charm. And if it does mess you up with Charm, you can just stall the Solar Beam longer and set up with Curse to get +4 anyways. Sorry, +5. +5 is required for guaranteed 1-hits. You have good damage ranges at +4 Curse. You could also take that risk and get a little bit riskier in some battles, not equipping held items and just going into the fight. Maybe not picking up held items, skip the Never Melt Ice, never equip it, just stay with the Mystic Water for the longest time possible. Things like that will save tiny amounts of time here and there in the playthrough. Don't pick up the PP up, you don't need it. Don't pick up maybe Protein, because we're using almost no physical moves. And once we get Return, we're just setting up with it anyways. So skip all of the Protein. Speed is actually important, so I think buying speed vitamins does make sense. But you might be able to skip special vitamins just because the special attack from the base stats is so high. So again, I hope no one ever thinks that I claim that my playthroughs are the best possible thing to do with the Pokemon, but I hope that in the course of watching my playthroughs, we get some insight into how to refine the Pokemon even more, and we feel like we're at a place where we could start putting together a very good competitive time with Octillery in the next few runs. So I think that Octillery is in that place. I think this is a similar level of execution as all the other Pokemon in the tier list. So right now, I'm happy to give it a place in the middle of the A tier. But of course, this will be in a recap video some point, probably next month, where I will place a whole bunch of Pokemon that need redos back into the tier list in Crystal, because eventually we do have to do all 251 Pokemon in this game. That's it for today. I'm not going to do Kingdra. I want to do Kingdra, but I do actually have to do work for the release this weekend, so I have to focus on that. I'll be back next Tuesday in order to do a Venusaur playthrough with Exceptional in Fire Red. I think that is going to be really fun. Annie Heracross will receive a replay this year in Pokemon Crystal, but it'll be in a versus video and it will be a lot of fun. And yeah, and then on Saturday this week we're gonna have Abra. Tuesday, Venusaur playthrough, Fire Red with Exceptional. Thursday, we're gonna go to Pokemon Emerald for streams over the next little while. And we are also then on the weekend, next Saturday, going to go back to Emerald to do a Clay Doll playthrough. It's gonna be fun. Oh yeah, I should probably look for Pokemon Trainer Tyler. Let's look for Tyler. We'll conclude on that note. So here's my software again. Just go into the structure of all the files. We have a bunch of data objects. So we have this one, which is Crystal Trainers. So in this Crystal Trainers, it's how many lines is this file? This file is 33,191 lines. It's a very big file. This file contains all of the information for all of the trainers in the game. So for instance here we have Mystical Man Yusin. It has his ROM ID, his name, his trainer class, his location, his money. Is he a double battle? Does he have items? No. What's his party? Here's his party. Drowsy, species, level, experience yield. That's the exact experience it gives you, not the yield actually. That term is technically incorrect. Then we have nature, ability, held item, all the stats, all the moves. Yeah. So this is all like being used in the back end. Anyways, it's really nice because then we can just search Tyler and we can go, hey, there is a Tyler. Cool Trainer 15 is Cool Trainer Tyler. Cool Trainer Tyler has a Bulbasaur, a Charmander, and a Squirtle. That is a good trainer. So Tyler. Yeah. So Tyler, you got a trainer. He's good. He's got all the starters. If he just puts in a little bit of time, he's going to be great. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time.